You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
A new era for American cricket began in 2021.
There he goes into a dive, what a catch!
The rise of cricket was celebrated across the country. Now, with big wickets and even bigger hits, the stars of minor league cricket are back and better than ever.
Primus goes huge!
Don't miss the nation's largest league competing for the biggest prize in American cricket. The Toyota Minor League Championship returns this summer, live on Willow TV.
So privileged to bring you coverage from Woodley Park, Los Angeles in the 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. We already had 22 of 27 teams underway in this year's tournament, in the tournament which was a blockbuster in year one and only can get better and better in year number two. Today's matchup will include the San Diego Surf Riders up against the Golden State Grizzlies, who will feature for the second time in this tournament, looking for their second win in proceedings. Former international cricketer Zubin Sakari, who would have represented Canada in the ODI and T20 international level, is alongside me. Zubin, we've already had a lot of cricket on this surface. What are you expecting from the final game of the weekend here?
Well, I think it's pretty well. It's obviously a little bit of deterioration over the time, but I think it's still going to be a good surface to bat on.
We expect the Grizzlies to look for that second win. The Surf Riders will get underway with this game here. We'll be looking to have sort of a really good start to their campaign. And, well, when you have the look at sort of the teams for the two, you look at the Grizzlies and the Surf Riders. For the Golden State Grizzlies, well, they've made a couple changes, 3 in fact, for them as they look to sort of fill the gaps that they would have had from game one. Good to see that even after a win, they were still able to make some changes to bolster the attack. Vasav Akhela out on international duty, so Aditya Srinivas comes in for him. Shreyar Khan and Malik Junaid, 3 new changes for the Golden State Grizzlies. In for, of course, Rushir Joshi, who was very expensive yesterday, and Hamad Azam, the MVP, who had some shoulder difficulty in that yesterday's game. For the Surf Riders, well, a brand new start for them. They'll be without their captain, Marty Kane, who's left for international duty without featuring in the tournament. But they will need some of their inexperienced players to fire. Nikhil Datta, one of the overseas talents for them. And the Grizzlies, in the end, winning the toss and electing to bat first. And the openers walking out there, Sami Aslam and Karan Shandel. So Aslam and Shandel both opened the batting yesterday. Remember Zubin, they got up to 182, which was proven to be, even after some pressure from the lashings, they still got up to a good start.
Yeah, I think they'll try to do the same here. Yeah, just look to do the same here and have another, they've obviously chosen to bat here on this surface. They want to put a score on the total, score on the board.
Well, no surprise that we see Sami Aslam opening the batting for this team. He's been the captain, but he's also led from the front, 500 runs in the 2021 season. And you look at sort of the start that they had yesterday in the power play. The Grizzlies, well, a big reason they got up to that 182 was because of that great start. Karun Shandel at the non-strikers end. He was a big part of the reason, setting the tone, 44 from 29 deliveries. And just about to get underway. It's going to be spin to start for Riders. Of course, a lot at stake for these two teams. The Grizzlies, well, to go 2-2 in a very tight Western Conference where the Strikers have already won 2 matches. They'll need to do that if they want to maintain and challenge for that Western Conference title. But for the San Diego Surf Riders, sort of a new opportunity for them to start with a clean slate yet to get underway. 579 runs across the 2 seasons now for Sami Aslam. So first delivery, about to get underway here. It's going to be spinning to the attack. If you're now joining us, the Woodley Park venue here, very picturesque in this premium weekend for minor league. off the mark straight away, the Grizzlies.
Seems to be the choice for the winning captain of the toss. Bat first.
Yeah, Divam Srivastava will bowl first for the San Diego Surf Riders, looking to take early wickets and be looking to. They need him if they're to be successful against two prolific openers for the Grizzlies.
Saw Shandell be the aggressor of the two yesterday's game. I think he'll do the same today. See how it is taking on the spin.
Increasing temperatures, extreme heat. Zubin went outside just now. Temperatures have been close to 100 degrees today. So work to be done for this fielding team, the Surf Riders, especially in the first game of their tournament. Very tall Srinivatsa.
Good start to his bowling. Seems a young guy.
Yeah, under 19 player for the Surf Riders.
Big ask for him to come in, but good to see him taking it on against two experienced left-handers.
Oh, wow. That almost cannoned into the stump. How did it miss, really? By a smudge, it missed the off stump, and it would have been the first wicket for the Surf Riders, but that will encourage not only the Surf Riders, but also the Grizzlies to know that there is some purchase for spinners. We saw in that latter half of the first game today for the strikers, spin really playing a part, getting some bit of drift as well with that new ball.
Catch it!
Comes down the track, Sami Aslam, and it's a wicket. They've pierced the wicket. Aslam coming down the track. It's the danger man gone. Picks out mid-off. And the San Diego Surf Riders, after losing the toss, strike early.
Fantastic. Good spell of bowling already to start. Srivastava just pitching one up there. He's picked up the big one.
But it was another flighty delivery. We just saw one spin past the bat. This time Aslam trying to mitigate the spin. No elevation, no timing. Straight to mid-off. Big wicket. Sami Aslam just gone for one after 79 yesterday. That's cricket sometimes. 2 for 1.
Great start for the youngster.
So a big wicket for the San Diego Surf Riders early on. It's going to bring Mohammad Zia Shahzad, who batted at 3 yesterday. And, well, boy, was he impactful. Couple close calls, but 23 and 12 for him. And really allowed the Grizzlies to continue that aggressive intent, aggressive nature. Today, though, Zubin, a completely different role for him with the early wicket of Aslam.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes about it at the moment. He had a nice base in the last innings that he played. Now he's got to come in and after the fall of an early wicket. But he's fairly positive. Let's have a look at the wicket here.
You can see another flighted delivery. I like this from Shiva Rastra. And enticing Aslam to go over mid-off, up in the circle in this power play. Just 2 allowed outside. And, well, the plan worked perfectly for the Surf Riders. What a start it's been. They would have watched Sami Aslam. I actually spoke to a couple of their guys. They've done their research on the Grizzlies. Seeing that game yesterday, of course, the Grizzlies took on the SoCal Lashings and won by some 18 runs in the end. But they've done their homework. And even with some of their experienced players out, like a Marty Kane, they're not backing out from any challenge, what it would mean for them to defeat one of the tournament favorites after that resounding victory yesterday. But work to be done, long way away from any sort of result in this one. What an over this has been from the youngster. Under 19 player strikes early with the big wicket of Sami Aslam. 2 for 1. We'll look at sort of what's to come. A couple of changes, as we mentioned before, for the Grizzlies. And they've lost their MVP in Hamad Azam, struggling with that shoulder injury. We saw him yesterday. Couldn't complete his 4 overs. So the likes of Malik Junaid Shuyer Khan will be very important coming in. We mentioned squad depth and the importance. Well, it'll be tested today for the Golden State Grizzlies. So spin and seam, often in T20 cricket, especially in the power play, we do see this combination. So Adnesh Tondale will come in from the southern end. He will need to follow up on the good work that his teammate has done. Striking that first over from Chivastra was extremely impressive. We'll just cut this one, Karan Chandler. He's very strong square of the wicket. That's why they've got that man at deep point. Devan Shrivastra. Name giving me a little trouble, but definitely I need to learn it given the way he's bowled that first over. We're going to be calling his name for a long time in this minor league if he can continue on the good work he's done early on. Of course, the 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championships presented by Sunoco, unleashing that youthful talent all around the country. Well, Shazad will get off the mark, and will get off the mark with a boundary. It was just too much width on offer, and easy pickings for him through cover.
Yeah, just an easy ball outside off. Shazad, a very positive player. Not going to let that one go too easily. Just made it over the boundary quite easily that way.
Well, he's a wicket that they'll need to get. 25 in 14 deliveries it was yesterday for Zia Shazad. Also contributed with the ball in hand. And he's an important player for his team. On drive this time. It will just be a single. If you're now joining us, the start of match number 2 here from Woodley Park, Los Angeles. We've had 3 blockbuster matches already for the weekend. The Silicon Valley Strikers winning 2 of them. The Golden State Grizzlies in action now. The other one to pick up the victory. And the San Diego Surf Riders will be looking to be the 3rd team to get in on the winning column. They're beginning their campaign. Interesting, though, to find out how Karan Chandler plays the situation now with the wicket. Yesterday, we saw him be the main aggressor, take on the bowling because they knew they had Sami Aslam, who's been Mr. Reliable for this team at the other end. But a big wicket that would have shell-shocked the Grizzlies camp will mean that they will have to alter their plans.
Yeah, and it just gives the other players an opportunity to you know, potentially be out of their comfort zone and not having necessarily a good base.
Has he got a touch on that? May have just brushed the body on the way through. Signaled by the umpire, but a pretty decent second over for the Surf Riders so far. Asking the right questions. Just 9 scored.
See if it's heading anything through. Looks like Pat.
Yeah, may have just brushed the hit region on the way through. So Tondale has bowled pretty within himself. Not the fastest approach to the crease, but probably relying a bit on the swing, that newer ball. Yeah, forcing Zia Shazad back. Ball's a heavy delivery, it seems, so far. So that will complete the second over at the end of 2. 9 for 1.
Chalo, Dave. All day, Dave.
So it will be Divana Srivastava. What a first of it was. I like the look of this off spinner. Going to be a couple runs here for the Grizzlies. And what a move it was for him to get the wicket of Sami Aslam as well in the first over. He's a young man, under 19 player for the Surf Riders. 1 year out of high school, Zubin. Unbelievable to see him playing at this sort of level, just such a young age. Can only think how much better he can get with time on his side.
He certainly looks composed. He's got a bit of niceness about him. I think there's been quite a few young spinners that have come around that I'm watching.
Definitely like the look of him though, in terms of being a very tall, one of those tall off spinners, comes from side on. Allows him to get a bit more evolution, on the ball. Yeah, very similar to Ashwin from India. He starts front on, as you can see, and then just the point of delivery is side on. He'd be disappointed he missed out there though. Karan Shandal, full toss, could have easily beat that man. Once he beat that man at square leg, would have been 4. Really could have done anything with that. Positioned it anywhere he wanted, missed out.
Yeah, that's just a gimme there, but let's see how he follows this up.
Cuts hard, straight to the fielder again. So this is a good start from the San Diego Surf Riders. Some of the underdogs in this situation. A team that would have topped their Western Conference, the Grizzlies, would have won yesterday, but they're not fazed by that. Fresh challenge, new season. And it's going to go through the keeper, beats everyone by signal, but doesn't matter how they come at this stage, you need the runs to just tick over to get some of the pressure off.
There's been a couple of balls that have just gone through.
Yeah, kept low as well, went through the keeper. So signs of that variable bounce on offer. End of 3 overs, 12 for 1. Well, the beautiful, picturesque Woodley Park here in Los Angeles. Been a real treat to have the opening weekend of the 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco, of course, at this venue. Just exactly what you want. Good weather, good surface, it's held up well, and also good cricket, most importantly. Seen some good fans in attendance as well. Going to be another change in bowling for the San Diego Surf Riders. Just the one over for Tondale. Looks to be Harish Kakani. And he starts with a dot.
In swing.
Well, the toss, all important, won by the Grizzlies, opting to bat first, and this could be why. You see, have a look at the surface, getting a lot drier. We've had now, this is the 4th match on this identical surface. And definitely you see some explosions throughout earlier game today. Very dry in color. And definitely you can see small green grass, which I think is keeping it together. Has been on the slower side. Shot from Zia Shahzad again, can't beat the man. And almost a run-out chance. Karan Shandal was stranded at the other end. But you can see, zoom in, the surface has been a bit tough for batting. It started off pretty two-paced yesterday with the early morning moisture. Then when it dried out throughout the day with the Grizzlies got a bat on it, looked really good. But you can't fault the surface in terms of a lot of cricket's being played on it in the last 2 days.
Yeah, I think for the most part it's been pretty good. I don't think anybody really complained about it, to be honest. You know, it's maybe not an ideal T20 wicket.
This one is flicked, and work to be done for that square leg fielder.
But there's been a lot of runs, 180, almost 190 even. We're getting close to 200 the other day if things went well. So I don't think it's too bad from that perspective. Once you get in, you want to capitalize on it.
Yeah, I think the batters do deserve immense credit, though, the way that they've adjusted. You talk about On Muk Chan, who's the leading run scorer in this tournament so far. The way he's batted on it. And as you mentioned, narrow miss there. As you mentioned, the fact that they've been able to post a couple scores in excess of 180 tells you that even though it has been difficult and challenging, they don't mind that too much. The batters, they've adapted well.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would complain. It's been, the conditions have been good. The outfield's been nice and fast. The ground is a reasonable size. Yeah, it's made for good cricket. Should be another good pitch here, and looking to score above 170 plus.
Hit in front and given this time, and the San Diego Surfriders are well on top of things at Woodley Park. It was dead in front, and the umpire, well, easy decision for him in the end. Seam working. Harish Kakani takes a wicket early on. When I look at it, you can see leg stump, always a good indication. Zia Shahzad likes to come across his stumps, and it was really an easy decision for the umpire, Vijay Mallela. So Zia Shahzad, a couple early glimpses, but nothing substantial. He's gone for 7. Grizzlies in further trouble now, 17 for 2.
Well, had a bit of shape to it as well. Looked like he was swinging back in just a little late. Got caught on the crease there, Shahzad. What an interesting position now for the Grizzlies. 2 new players who haven't probably scored as much as they'd like to at the crease early.
So Shivam Mishra didn't bat much yesterday for the Grizzlies in that encounter against the so-called Lashings. Wasn't required, but today he's going to have to play a big role for his team. Karan Shandel, the other there. But the scoring has been extremely difficult. I think it's just been really good bowling from the Surfriders. They've kept it consistent. Especially he set the tone. Devan Srivastava, the off spinner, with 2 good overs up front. He's just conceded 3 runs and picked up a wicket. So the Grizzlies under pressure early. 1 delivery remaining in this over. What it would mean to Kakani to get a second. He'll be searching for it. He's got to slip in place. Aggressive captaincy.
Did notice a bit of shape away, which would be away for the left-hander now.
Packed offside field, trying to build the pressure.
So not a bad option here.
Well, this should be cut off by third, in the boundary. So a single to end, but a good over for the Surfriders, who at the moment, you have to say, on top of things. 17-18 for 2 after 4. Well, a dream start from this young man. 1 year into high school here in the United States. Wouldn't have thought he would have this much impact. Devan Srivastava. the under-19 player for this Surf Riders team. And he's building the pressure on at the moment. Just 4 runs conceded in his spell.
Chalo, let's go, Devam! Beauty, Devam! Keep coming, boy!
This was Zia Shazad. Caught leg in before. Was there a nick? Was he hit outside the line? Have a look at it again, Zubin. Tell me what you think about it. Zia Shazad. Did it hit the bat? That would be the question. But also, was he outside the line? We saw one yesterday against the Lashings. Went his way. Today, though, much different.
Yeah, a little tough to see there in clarity, but
Like the pressure here, Devam! Keep coming, Devam, keep coming! I like
So,
it, Devam, liking this from you, Devam!
Devan Srivastava.
Oh, yo.
What a spell this has been from the young man. I think it's all about the length. He's hit a good length. And when he has been full, he's gotten a bit of purchase. Been a challenge to deal with so far, bowling through and around to these batters so far, and definitely clear in his planning. Good job by Marty Kane and some of the other in leadership group to get this young man ready for this challenge. Oh, allowed appeal, back foot, he's gone. This young man has taken this league by storm. Devan Srivastava, he's off. It's a second wicket for him. And the Golden State Grizzlies, who won the Western Conference last season, are in deep, deep trouble.
fantastic delivery there. He's just been deceiving them in flight. Look at that, well done. Just went on with the arm a little bit. Fantastic. Quick. And the old helium finger.
Well, easy decision for the umpire. That was going straight on to hit the stumps. And it's another big wicket gone for the Grizzlies. It's Shiva Mishra dismissed. He's gone for just 2. 20 for 3 now. Pete, can somebody come and reset the Zoom? It's sticking in. We can't see the videos. It's like it's a problem. That's fixable. Can someone reset the Zoom link because it's very sticky. We can't see the replays. It's just lagging. I don't know if that's fixable. So Malik Junaid comes to the middle. Malik Junaid into the 11 today for the first time in this tournament, and well, has a very important. I don't think he'd expect it to be walking in at 20 for 3. Zubin.
No, and it's going to take some effort to dig his team out of this and get a reasonable total. But you know, this is the way T20 is at times. It's not going to always be rosy in a 79 for no loss. He's in at 20. 20 for 3 here.
Well, this is what you love about the minor league. Junaid goes forcefully down to long on. He's gonna run back for 2. Chance of a run out. You don't want to be running out. Gets home in the end, but you wonder though, was that risk necessary in the end? Because hindsight is 20/20. They get a couple to end the over after 5. Under pressure, 22 for 3. A dream start to the 2022 Minor League Toyota Cricket Championship, of course, for Devan Srivastava. Leg before, back leg, always going to be given. And this young man, well, what a bowling spell he's put in. Real trouble brewing for the Golden State Grizzlies. 1 year in high school, would you believe it? That's the sort of talent being displayed in this minor league. Of course, wouldn't it be possible without Sunoco, without Dafa News? I can tell you, may add another one to the Dafa News images by the end of today.
Yeah, he's been excellent. And San Diego's been fantastic so far. He's taking this slip out here, and I'm not sure if that's a good I think I'd like to see him in. Got a couple balls to go away.
So
the left-hander.
Kakani will come back into the attack. He also picked up a wicket in his very first over, the wicket of Zia Shazad. Karan Shandel is still there, 5 from 13 deliveries. He's so important for shots like that. Over extra cover, inside out. That's going to release some of the pressure. Need that and a lot more of it. So a very full delivery, searching after getting that first wicket. Harish Kakani really hit well out the middle by Karan Shandel, who got 44 yesterday. A really good start for him. How the tables have turned though on day 2. Goes again this time though, finds the fielder. So Shandel, you think now with the wickets of Sami Aslam, Zia Shazad, Mishra, he holds the key, and if they're to get to anything substantial, he's got to bat through. But another shot through extra cover and another boundary for Karan Shandel. And the score now, this will help. It's the Golden State Grizzlies with 2 boundaries coming in the same over. Just past the fielder there, position at extra cover for that same purpose. Shandel was just better to the task. So just a single for the Grizzlies. So 31 for 3, the Golden State Grizzlies. Boy, do they need something from Shandel. And a big swing and a miss from Malik Junaid. Even though they've lost 2 early wickets, he's made his intent clear. He's looking to go after the bowling in this final over the power play. So 2 deliveries remain. What's really been all gone the way of the San Diego Surf Riders. Their very first game of this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. Again, hit down the ground by Karan Shandel, but there is long off in place. Bowling well to their fields, bowling well to the planning so far for this San Diego Surf Riders team. And that will round out the end of the over and round out the end of a successful power play. End of 6, 33 for 3.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom.
Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Well, this young man is having a dream day, a dream start to this Toyota MALC presented by Sunoco. What a superb bowling spell, and rightfully so. The captain goes back to him for his 4th and final over. Devam Srivastava. And 2 wickets. Surely a candidate for that Toyota Tundra player of the match.
Wicket coming, Deva.
Which is interestingly enough been won, Zubin, by the captains. 2 for Unmuk Chan and 1 for Sami Aslam. Both the captains of the winning teams. So good to see that the captains are leading from the front.
Let's go, Deva. Oh.
Big swing. Hoik from Junaid, but off the inside edge.
That's it, Deva.
Yeah, you have to have your captains leading from the front. In all cases, obviously, Sami Islam not getting an opportunity today. But all the effort for this boy here. Like seeing this.
Oh, definitely down the leg side. I got excited as well.
Excited.
Thought it was a third for Srivastava, but clearly angled down the leg side. Came a long way across, but he left that left leg outside the line. Wouldn't have gone on to hit the stumps. Easy decision in the end. Ali Junaid has had a difficult time constraining himself. You can see clearly setting himself up to go for the big swing, but what the spinners are doing well, and actually all the bowlers for the Surf Riders are doing well, is that they're holding back that length, not giving him any full deliveries where he can swing through the line of the ball. Well, there he goes. He's middled that. That's huge. And, well, he was waiting for that a long time, Malik Junaid, and finally got the delivery. Just probably a bit too much flight from Shiva Rastra.
Definitely put all his weight behind that one. Good effort there. He's been teeing him up. But nice to see the smile on the young boy's face. He'll be back at it next ball.
All day, buddy.
I don't think I would mind that too much if I was Srivastava. You want Malik Junaid attacking him. He's got fielders in place. Much better, though, in terms of the length. Pulls it back, and you can see Junaid can't hit through the line. So he likes it when it's full because of that powerful hit down the ground. Gets the maximum. The first of the innings for the Golden State Grizzlies. End of 7, 41 for 3. Well, if you're now joining us, yes, you're seeing correctly. The Golden State Grizzlies, one of the favorites in this tournament so far, are under the pump, under pressure. 41 for 3. They were 22 for 3 before this partnership was built, and that's because of some really good bowling from the San Diego Surf Riders. Jaideep Reddy is going to come into the attack. First time today for him into the bowling lineup for the San Diego Surf Riders. Boy, does he have a job to do because of the great work that his bowlers have done for the first 7 overs. He can't afford to ease up. This is a Golden State Grizzlies team who know how to win, and even though they pretty much lost their entire top order, Mohit Nataraj can bat. They've purposely held him back, probably for the last, well, the back half of the innings. He's someone that's finished games off for them. It's been him and Hamad Azam for 2021. Still haven't seen him yet, so they do have some depth. This Grizzlies team, not over yet, far from over.
I've seen oftentimes, it doesn't matter what the wickets are necessarily, the score is still 41 for 3.
So down to the boundary. Just be a single, straight away off ready. What have you enjoyed the most about day 2 in this Toyota Minor League 2022?
Yeah, this just, I mean, obviously the opportunity for these young players to, you know, we just saw the young off spinner getting 4 overs in a row. That's fantastic. And just seeing there's been the talent on offer, some good performances with the bat all around. Yeah, it's just, well, you know, can't ask for more. We're in the nice air-conditioned box while they're sweating it out. So yeah, it's been good. It's been really good.
But if you're joining us again for the second time or third or fourth even throughout this weekend, it is very much Zubin Sakari as this one runs down to the third man boundary. Won't get there in the end. Zubin just been so excited, been one of the main organizers behind this tournament, and it's your excitement getting the better of you, Zubin, your voice.
Yeah, apologies to the fans watching him. My voice this is not what I normally sound like. Puberty's much long way from where I am now. But I'm happy to be here trying to help out as much as I can.
Well, a good start by Reddy, but Karan Shandel is taking the attack to him. He went all the way for 6 as well. 2 fielders were chasing it, but he just went length. And anytime you've gone too short on this surface, because it's so sat up, and Karan Shandel's been there for a long time, he's going to maximize those types of deliveries.
It's good to see Shandel continuing. He hit a couple like that yesterday in the same type of arc. In his slot he goes. Gotta be careful here. He's racing away.
Well, again goes this time in the onside, and it will be the same result. Coming into his own now, we know he's a dangerous player. He got a good start to the tournament yesterday with 44. He's following it up well in a team, at a time where his team need him the most. Cricket, a battle of the fittest. And, well, we're seeing here unfold Karan Shandel against this San Diego Surfriders team. After they lost early wickets, he's been at the other end. He's watched all of it unfold, been there from the very first delivery, and also from the first over where the captain, Sami Aslam, was dismissed in almost a shock manner. Good change-up delivery from Reddy. Goes wide Yorker, executes it well, keeps it to a single. It's an expensive over so far, already 14 from it.
Good little partnership. Good little partnership coming up here too. Just been able to keep the scoreboard ticking even though they're losing a few wickets.
Partnership worth 35, by far the biggest for the Grizzlies so far today. This will be a real test of their character though, a test of their strength. Every game so valuable, so important to their chances. And again, just worked into the onside, so it will end the 8th over, 56 for 3.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, तेरे घर लाने का।
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
So Woodley Park, what a fantastic 2 days of cricket we've had. Far from over though, both these teams will be desperately searching for a win today. How important it would be for the Grizzlies to go 2-2. It's going to be one of the overseas players for the San Diego Surfriders. Nikhil Datta comes into the attack. Zubin, a man that you know very well from your time playing international cricket for Canada.
Yeah, it's good to see Nick out there. It's obviously off spinner who's got a bit of something in him. He's become a bit of a good batsman as well. It'll be interesting to see how he goes on this surface. It's a bit skiddy, it's tough to pick.
But if the way that Srivastava bowled his spin is anything to go by, well, Nikhil Datta will feel very optimistic about his chances on this surface. Straight up. And that is out of the top drawer. Malik Junaid, you cannot be full to a man with this type of power, this type of hitting ability.
Letting him settle, not letting the off spinner settle there. Just got out to the pitch of it and gone. Easy as you like over the top. Plenty of power from Malik.
Goes again. Clearly, he's not looking to stick around. Malik Junaid looking to attack, sort of the counter attack of his team. We saw them 3 wickets down early on in the power play. He's looking to hit them out of trouble. He's done it successfully so far. Connected with 2 big blows. And connects again, but this time, work for the cover fielders to do. Should just be coming back for 2 because of a misfield. Good running by these 2, good pressure. Not the quickest between the wickets, Malik Junaid, but he's still showing the effort, the intent.
I like Junaid's approach here. Doesn't want to let Dutta settle, which is a right. Just to let it kind of go after it. He just has to be conscious of the ball that's going away from him.
Beauty, boy, beauty.
So down the ground, just be a single.
Lovely, lovely. Keep coming, lefty, lefty.
So Junaid,
Sammy.
very strategic in terms of, I like this approach from someone, even though yes, he's a natural hitter of the cricket ball, showing good restraint at times. Anything full, well, he's been ready to go after it, launch it over the top. But when it has been sort of on a good length or even short, he's been happy to play it safe and just get one. Goes across the line now, Shandil. Has he got enough of that? There's a man in the deep. He can only watch it sail over his head. This has been a good innings, much needed contribution from Karan Shandil at the top of the order. He's playing the situation well and nicely for his team.
All day, boy.
So look at the 6 here. Nicely down, it's a bit of a slog sweep.
Yeah, played across the line. And pretty much
All day, Nikhil.
against a spin with the off-spinner bowling to him. He backed himself to take on that square boundary, and boy did he do it. Second 6 in the over. Goes again, this time in that region. And it's going to be 4 more. He's really timing the ball well. Karan Shandil, you can see a player in really good nick. 44 yesterday, already following it up with 39 today. See they're very full again from Nikhil Dutta, and it allowed time for Karan Shandil to just position it in between those 2 fielders on the leg side. This is good batting, good cricket. 75 for 3.
So even with the loss of wickets, Golden State has just continued on. 75 for 3. Looks like they're going to bring back the opener who had just 1 over. Tandon.
Yeah, Tondale will come back into the attack.
Tondale, rather.
Well, this game has changed drastically. T20 cricket is a game full of runs, full of momentum. We saw after the first 3 overs, 12 for 1. After the power play, 33 for 3. But in the last 2 overs, they've scored 36 runs off the spin. Well, 1 over of spin from Nikhil Dutta, I should say, and 1 of pace from Jaideep Reddy. And that all of a sudden has put things, I think, swung the pendulum back in the favor of this Golden State Grizzlies team, showing their depth. This is good approach. Over. How does Malik Junaid, who's been so comfortable against slower deliveries, battle now the threat of Tondale and Nish Tondale? Just the 1 over for him early on. He's gonna have to rebowl that one. Also another challenge for the captain, Greg Hay, obviously standing in for Marty Kane, not part of this game because of international duty. So challenge for him for the first time today, being under the pump. It's been a dream start for him and his team, but want to see how they can compose themselves in a situation like this under some pressure.
Junaid looking to get him settled again. Go after Tondale. He went. It was a little expensive in his first over. Oh, and that's a bit of fortune over the keeper.
Yeah, just evaded the wicketkeeper there. So all of a sudden, runs beginning to flow for this Grizzlies team. Gets a bit of extra height, Tondale. And just a top edge, keeper could do nothing about it. No one's catching that. And well, very straight, too straight for third man. Malik Junaid has played a blind of an innings here. Job far from over, but him and Sami Hassan will feel very good about this contribution he's made. Look at the partnership between these two. Partnership now going up to 60. We've seen the importance of good partnerships on this ground. Malik Junaid, well, he really strikes the ball powerfully. Does well in the end, extra cover to stop that. So you pull out a shoulder, zoom in, the way he's going after the ball, especially when it's been full. Almost like he's able to pick the length so early. Gets in position. Boy, does he clobber it.
Length, or is he just laying that leg down and going? Yep, it's a good shot there.
But this one is over cover this time. He's showing the versatility of his game, Malik Junaid, and it goes all the way for 6 as well. Well, he doesn't deal in boundaries. He deals in maximums. Almost lifts it over cover, and even with a man on the boundary, he had no chance. So all of a sudden, what a knock this is turning out to be. 30 from 16, 3 maximums for Malik Junaid. Remember, Junaid was not part of the team yesterday. Brought in today with the absence of Hamad Azam for his 6 hitting ability. It's been a great addition. Much better delivery from Tondale. Clearly, you can't give any width outside the off stump, or you can't be too full. You know, it's like a very hard thing to execute. But of course, cricket T20s, game of fine margins. Speaking to some of the players after that first game, Zubin, they expressed how difficult it was to bowl as well on this surface, because when it is short, it does sit up and it allows time for the batter to get under it and place it where he needs. Edged again. This is very hard on the youngster Adnesh Tondale, and it goes past the keeper. What a big over, what a big 3 overs this is turning out to be. Another boundary for the Grizzlies.
He's just giving it the full effort here. And at the expense of young Tondale.
Just a big swing, a big hoik to the leg side, and second time in the over we've seen an edge go the way of the Grizzlies. They've already got 15 from this over. Coming across his stumps a long way. Very lucky Malik Junaid. Had that hit the pad, I think he would have been gone by a long way. So that will end the over, and another good one for the Golden State Grizzlies. You can see there the coming across his stumps a long way, but definitely going down leg. So 91 for 3 after 10 overs, the halfway stage.
Just a quick look at the Golden State Grizzlies batting card. Shandell not out, 39 off 26, and Malik, the quick fire, 34 off 19, doing the damage here. Setting themselves up now nicely after losing the few wickets early.
Well, one bowling figure stands out to you, 2 for 15 from the youngster Devam Srivastava. And if they can go on to keep this Grizzlies team down to a manageable total, they'll feel good about that spell to open the bowling. It's going to be more spin into the attack. This is a brave move from Captain Greg Hay, given the fact that this team has scored 42 runs from the last 3 overs, the Golden State Grizzlies. That's 14 runs and over, Zubin. bold move, especially given he took 19 from the nickel data over.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to be consolidating here much either. Well, Junaid, he's going to be giving it the full back.
Well, why would he change the way he's played? He's been so successful. 3 maximums, 2 boundaries. Bit of leg spin into the attack. Off the outside edge. Fortunate in the end.
Something's happening here. 6 or sticks. Whoa, nice little single down the ground.
Well, you would have watched Raheem Cornwall this morning. Malik Junaid, 94 from 41 deliveries for the big man from Antigua for the Atlanta Fire. Similar style of play. Not allowing any delivery to go past without the attempt. But that, I can tell you, was a brutal innings to watch. Feel for the Orlando Galaxy bowlers.
When Slim, his nickname is. When he hits him, he stays hit.
Just cut past point. And they'll come out for 2. So the leg spinner into the attack. Vedat Jain. Been pretty decent so far, not allowing, because he's much slower through the air. Well, as I say that, a full delivery which Karan Shandel has pounced upon, and it goes all the way for a maximum. The hitting on display by these two in the middle. A Toyota Tundra-like. Now changes the signal to a maximum, but boy, was that a sweet strike off the middle of the bat. Shandel now with that 6. Brings up the 100 for his team, goes to 47 as well.
Yeah, I was teeing that up too. Right arm leg spin to the informed left-hander. Just a matter of pitching it up and getting it over.
Big swing and a miss across the line. He's gone to that slug sweep quite a number of times, but what a start to this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco for Shandel. 44 from 29 yesterday. He's bettered that. 27 balls for 47 today. Good bowling, good comeback after that 6 by Jain. Ends his first over. Another expensive one. 9 comes from it. It's 100 for 3 after 11. On my paper, it says House of Spice is only for Silicon Valley games. But of course, this tournament wouldn't be possible without our sponsors, the official sponsor of the tournament, Dafa News, of course, our presenting sponsor, Sunoco. It's going to be, looks to be Adnesh Tondil again. First over was a good one, went for 7. But boy, did he travel in his last over. Brave move by the captain, Greg Hay, to go back to him. 16 runs off his final over. But this has been an exhibition of 6 hitting from these two in the middle. The partnership has gone, raced up to 80 in no time. Shandel again at the top of the order, showing that he's a consistent performer, that they're not reliant on Sami Aslam, the captain. Oh, wow. Malik Junaid has been very fortunate. A couple of edges over the keeper's head, which went for 4. A couple of close calls, especially when the spin was on. Some big swings into the onside that narrowly missed the off stump. And the Surfriders have to know, Greg Kay needs to tell his players that 1 wicket, they're back in this game. You break this partnership, bring a new batter into the crease. Makes it very tough for him to start on this surface and hit in the vein that these two have. To the wide there, but not interested.
Definitely not. Definitely giving it his all. A good ball there by Tondale.
Touch and go, especially the fact that he came a long way outside the off stump. I think good call in the end. Umpires, they have a tough job, you know, Zubin. Probably don't get enough credit for it.
Yes, absolutely. It's tough out there. Need to support them. That one might be called, yeah.
How much emphasis has gone into umpiring in this tournament, Zubin, in terms of having certain quality of umpires and also teaching the umpires and having them learn in the process of this tournament as well?
Yeah, quite a lot has gone in there, actually. We're trying to get reports and speak to captains and managers and things like that to try to improve. Obviously, we've got the instruction of Peter Nero, who's a Cricket West Indies umpire trainer. He's going to be mentoring a lot of the umpires, so we're going to have
short. You can see there another explosion off the surface. Yeah, went pace off, beats him. Pace Junaid gets off the strike though. This has been a good over though. Good comeback from Adnish Tondale. Just 2 runs in the over conceded. This is what you have to do if you're the Surfriders. Got to pull things back out the side of the hand. Getting some bit of extra bounce as well. Seeing this surface begin to present a real challenge for the batters. That will be in the mind of the Grizzlies. That you want to get it to competitive, even if it's 140, 150, Zubin. They bat them with their seamers and the spin options that they have. One of the best bowling attacks in this tournament by a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw what the Yorkers did yesterday to keep them restricted. But I think they're going to get a touch over that if these 2 key guys keep going.
They're currently going at 9 runs and over, so you would expect that to get up to 180. We have seen them get up to 180 already in this tournament, but they were set back. Remember, 33 for 3 after the first. Been a huge power play, well, a huge partnership, I should say, after the power play. Spearheaded by the opener, Karan Shandel. He's led from the front. Again, hit down the ground. One delivery remaining in this over. He's got to get out of it. Adnish Tondale has been a really good over so far. The couple of extras, 4 runs. The way they've struck it in the last few, you won't mind this if you're Greg Kay and the Surfriders. Goes over the top. This man has been so impressive and just holds the pose for Dafa News. Put him up. Big maximum for Karan Shandel as he goes to 50 and raises the bat to his team. What a performance this has been from the opener, bettering his 44 yesterday with a half century. 110 for 3.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, तेरे घर लाने का। 1, 2, 3.
Well, what a performance. This has been an exhibition of good batting from Karan Shandel. He started slowly, had to play the situation well, but now striking at over 170. He struck 4 maximums, which has helped his team, the Golden State Grizzlies, recover from a position of real trouble into now building a platform to really launch towards the last 8 overs, 110. You expect them now to get up to that 184 projected. They did it already yesterday. Umpires having a chat with Malik Junaid. Not sure what was the problem there. Zubin, maybe something to do with the helmet.
I'd have to wear a helmet if it's medium place.
But it's a spinner in place, so
Should be okay there.
maybe wanted to get a move on Malik Junaid. Another big swing, and would you believe it, it's another outside edge that's going to run into the boundary. That's the third boundary that's gone behind the keeper. And if they had a slip there, probably would have fell Malik Junaid, but instead he moved.
That's it, Bidan. I like
Yeah,
this
he's
bowling
just
boy,
going
I
after
like
a bit
this
unfortunate
bowling
for the
boy.
bowler there. Can't stop that one from hitting the boundaries.
Sometimes when it goes your way, it just goes your way. Gonna miss. Ball going away from Junaid, the right-hander, leg spinner in the attack. Probably why he has gone to Vedant Jain, just to add an extra bit of difficulty for a man looking to hit down the ground. Very hard to hit against the spin. But he goes short. Has he got enough on it? I don't think so. Fielder is underneath and he drops. Really should have been taken. Disappointment on the faces of these Surf Riders because they worked hard for that wicket. It's all about matchups. They had the leg spinner on for that reason, to take the wicket of the big hitter. And he miscued that one. Long on should have taken that catch. Big chance going to begging Zubin.
That's a huge miss there. He's been going at it. He's not stopping. Like you said earlier, when it's your time.
Full toss, and could be another chance. And of course, it falls into no man's land. Everything has gone the way after the 6th over of the Golden State Grizzlies. We've seen several edges go past the keeper over his head for boundaries. Seen a couple catches drop, some not carry. For Grizzlies, you have that, and sometimes in cricket, you have to ride your luck, make the most of it, and they've done that well. Inside out, over extra cover. That is gorgeous. Put that in the museum, put it on Dafa News, put him on the cover of anything. The next Toyota Tundra. Malik Junaid, he packs a punch, this man.
Nicely played inside out shot. Bit of class from the big guy.
Good tempting,
Easily as you like.
You're that excited, Zubin, at your voice. We can't even tell your excitement. Flight it again. Gets away with it. Big let off because it was a very full delivery. Not able to squeeze it past point, but another eventful over for the Grizzlies. They're scoring and scoring quickly. 122 for 3. Well, such a great partnership that has really paid dividends for this Grizzlies team. One worth now 102. All it takes in T20 cricket is one big partnership for you to have such a competitive total on the board. And really now, with the likes of Nataraj still to come, you expect them to get at least 180. And Greg Hay, the captain, well, he has some thinking to do.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the Surf Riders here to keep the score under something chaseable. These two guys are well set.
Bati's going to come into the attack for the first time today, and probably Greg Hay may have not wanted to go to him, but because his bowlers have been so expensive, he has to go to this 6th option. Just seen the one over from Nikhil Dutta, the off spinner. When you have an experienced member like that in your squad, real pity that you can't go to him, but I think it's just the hitting ability of Malik Junaid at the other end. You don't want to have another 20 run over here because it just sends that run rate now past 10, past 11. all of a sudden you find yourself chasing 200. Have to control the game, Greg Hay. 1 wicket away. I keep saying it from getting back into this. Goes pace off. Good option from Batty. Good start to the over. Couple of dot deliveries. Really has been a treat to watch this. Cricket at the Woodley Park in Los Angeles. Short, getting a bit of extra bounce. Batty, and would you believe it, it finds the boundary again. Well, it's been stand and deliver from Karan Shandel. These two, well, they're single-handedly taking the game, this partnership, away from the San Diego Surf Riders. Whatever has been tossed up by Greg Hay, they've not backed down from this challenge.
Good work that's been undone in the last. They're staring down the barrel now, the Surf Riders. They need something from somewhere. We saw it in the first game. Maintained and got the score down to something manageable. But I dare say it's going to be tough from here.
And for those now joining us, it wasn't all sweet and dandy, as they say in Barbados. After the power play, they lost 2 wickets in the power play. We know how difficult it is for batting teams to recover when you lose your entire top order in the first 6 overs. But this partnership, well past 100 now, been together for, what is that now, almost 8 overs together. And another inside edge, another one going their way, could have easily rolled back onto the stumps. But boy, has luck been on their side. They've made the most of it as well. Direct hit from the key single.
Look at the replay. Oh.
How many times have we seen a batter do that and the ball easily roll onto the stumps? But not today for Shandel or Malik Junaid. He'd be eyeing a half century.
Yeah, he certainly deserves it. He's really come in at a crucial time and just taken the momentum away from the early 3-wicket haul.
Well, looking to be meticulous, crafty, something we're used to seeing when you think about the brute force, hard-hitting ability of Malik Junaid. Ends the over with a dot. Those have been very rare to come by, but for Batty, just concedes 6 at the end of 14, 127 for 3. Well, look at the amount of options that Greg Hay has had to go to. 7 options used, and that's been because you look at the economy rates, 15, 19, 10.5, just over 10 for Tondale. Greg Hay has tried everything. At this rate, you expect them to get over 180. Projected score from here, 182. Of course, the 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. We got underway yesterday with 2 great games. The Grizzlies were successful in the afternoon game. Looking to continue in that vein in this tournament and go 2 from 2.
Good ball there.
There's been a good spell from Vedant Jain, the leg spinner, creating the opportunity in his last over to get Malik Junaid. It wasn't taken. Oh, look at that. Spun a long way into the left-hander. Seeing a bit of purchase on this surface, a bit of grip in for the spinners. Yeah, traditional leg break, which comes back into the left-hander, turned a long way. That will excite the likes of Zia Shazad, the leg spinner. Nataraj as well. No Vatsa Vaikeda today for the... That would be a big miss for them. Another big swing and a miss. He's really struggled against the leg spinner Vedant Jain. Ball going away against the spin. Never easy. Good bowling, good captaincy from the Riders.
But he's bowled quite well, Jane. The figures don't reflect it, but he's actually bowled quite well. A bit flat and a bit of turn.
Now placing this one past the keeper, Malik Junaid, and it's great piece of work at the boundary. In here, they're going to come back for 2. But he thought it was a certain boundary when he hit it. It was good placement by the man with power. You're expecting him to go, try to go down the ground. He just opens the face, rides it down to third man. Just be a couple runs. 1 away from a half century now, Malik Junaid.
Good effort out there to...
Great piece of fielding. Fantastic work. Well, down the track again. This time he's gone. This time he doesn't need any fielders to take the wicket. He's done it himself. Vedant Jain, loud exclamation, because he knows what it means to his team. They needed that wicket to get back into this game, and boy, do they have it.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time. Good length that. Saw him coming. And dragged it down a bit.
Yeah, fantastic bowling from Vedant Jain, because he knew how reliant Malik Junaid was at going down the ground. Wanted it badly. Couple of attempts in the over. Didn't work. He's gone, though, for a really well-played 49. He's helped his team recover to a solid position. 49 for Junaid. 139 now for 4. So a big wicket falling for the Surf Riders. They would have known that if they take 1 wicket, they would get back into this game. Mohit Nataraj comes in at probably the ideal time for him. Last 5 overs of this innings. He's finished off many games in the 2021 season for his team. Struck out close to 140 throughout the tournament. 215 runs across 10 innings. Averaged 30 with the bat in hand. So reliable, consistent option for his team. So Vedant Jain, good spell. Even though, yes, he's been on the expensive side, you take that. You expect leg spinners to go for runs. The main thing is that he's got the crucial wicket and broken a crucial partnership. Look at the spin. Look at the spin on display here at Woodley Park. Completely turns past the outside edge. Ends the 15th over. What a delivery that was from Vedant Jain. Let's have a look at... We'll come back to that after the over. 131 for 4.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, तेरे घर लाने का।
Bhatti, but Mohit Nataraj straight as an arrow and straight into the boundary. He's gone all the way for 6 as well. You mentioned his ability to finish the innings off for this Grizzlies team. Gets the maximum. Good start to the over. Fantastic start to the over. And what's important about this is that he's picking up right where Malik Junaid would have left off, continuing the momentum, continuing this game, swinging the pendulum in the favor of the Grizz. Saw what I did there, Zubin. The Golden State Grizz.
Grizz. Oh, look at the team sheet. You'll see what they called it.
course, title sponsor Toyota. The reason that we've been able to have this fantastic premium coverage weekend after weekend of this minor league 2022 season. They've been our title sponsor for last year's edition as well. Great to see them, a global brand, growing the game. Current Chandel should be stopped. Oh no, it isn't. That is not good. Misfield, maybe a bit of variable bounce in the outfield. And it's Srivastava, who's had an impeccable day with the ball in hand. May have got injured in the process as well. Bad misfield, bad mistake.
You know, got double teapots. It's always not a good. It's always a good sign. Not always a good sign, I should say.
He came down the track, and you see there that bounce. Oh no, he should have done better with that. Srivastava actually got a good bounce straight into the lap. Just put it down.
We'll get another chance here.
So those small things could make a big difference. T20, such a game of small margins, fine margins. Chandel in the air, this one should fall safely. It does, but it won't get to the boundary. Boy, has he had a day in the middle in terms of luck. It's been all gone his way, but it's been a quality innings as well from him. Riding his luck, you have to do that sometimes, Zubin. You would know as a former player.
I had no luck. You know, you're absolutely right.
Well, here was that crucial wicket of Malik Junaid. Jane, the leg spinner, spinning past the edge and a lot quicker as well. Great piece of bowling from Jane. On the leg side and hits the body, unable to get any bat on it. So an expensive one from Batty, under 16, 144 for 4.
Batting card to see. Chandel 67 off 43. They're nothing much. And the recently departed Malik and Junaid with an excellent 49. And now Moet just 7 off 3.
Well, it's the perfect time for Current Chandel. He's got to bat to the 20th over. Has to stay there to the end. We've seen the importance, the value with the likes of Unmuk Chan, Kateni Clark, Sami Aslam, someone this surface who have gotten those big totals. So important to have a solid base, and having a set batter in makes a huge difference.
Catch it.
This leg spinner back into the attack. He's getting purchase, but Mohit Nataraj, he says, hold on, don't run. That's a boundary. It was short, and he was able to position it past the extra cover fielder and wide of long off. This is really good batting from the finisher. That's what they call it. Well, Mohit Nataraj is probably the ideal setting for him. It's good captaincy and coaching as well, because they could have easily sent him in early. Instead, they went for Malik, which played a fantastic innings. Just what they would have needed, and now allows Nataraj to do things like this. Good stop on the boundary. Just going to keep it to 2. Be sure that they don't get complacent. 150 comes up as well.
Nicely played. Good effort there. Keep that. Save 3 runs.
Again, spin. And I think this will excite Zia Shazad, who's also a leg spinner in the camp of the Golden State Grizzlies, because he's someone that can get that purchase. Big turner of the ball. Seeing how Vedant Jain has bowled, he'll be chomping at the bit to get out there in the field, especially with this substantial total, now past 150. Projected score from here, 184. These two bat, they could get a lot more than that. Could even be close to 200. Nataraj hurrying, direct hit, but he was well home. It's good running. They're going to come back for a second. Good awareness by this pair. Good cricket all round from the Golden State Grizzlies.
That's just been the way the day's gone for them. Direct hit, come back for 2.
That could have easily kept running past the stump, Mohit Nataraj, but as soon as the ball ricocheted off of the stumps, he was aware that he had to get back for the second. And gets Karan Shandel back on strike. 69 for Shandel. This has been a truly spectacular innings from him. 4 maximums, 6 boundaries. Off the outside edge again. Nothing has gone their way, but there is that short third in place. Just be a single.
Beauty, boys, shabash. Let's go, lads, shabash, boys.
It's just hasn't gone their way after the initial 3 wickets.
Catches will come.
Tough day for them. If they can just bring it back a little bit. It's still a good wicket, still a fast outfield. They can still chase it.
Catch you. 1-1.
2 is the call. And a slip in the outfield means that they will get back. So they have gotten a bit loose. A couple of misfields. A big drop chance off of Malik Junaid. He was taken in another over, but still, you want to be as tight as possible when you have a team 33 for 3. End of the 17th over. 3 remain, 156 for 4. Well, since the 6th over, it's been all the way of the Golden State Grizzlies. Remember, they were 22 for 3 inside the power play. Boy, did they recover well. Thanks to Karan Shandel at the top of the order. He witnessed the carnage at one end. Boy, has he helped them recover to this position. It's been fantastic. Great cricketing smarts, as they like to say. He's managed the situation well, but he's not been afraid to take on the bowling. This is even after getting 44 yesterday, this is an innings which I think will show him that he's got what it takes to be one of the top scorers in this tournament, in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. Remember, this is a short-handed Grizzlies team. No Hamad Azam. You mentioned what the absence of the MVP would do for them. Brought in Malik Junaid, and it tells you a lot about the depth if he's able to score 49 in just 34 deliveries and strike 4 maximums. You don't miss a lot with a man doing that.
Nataraj back on strike. 16 off just the 7 deliveries.
This is down the ground. He's not sure Mohit Nataraj, but he is now. It's gone across the boundary rope. And it's gone all the way for a maximum. And really shown a proficiency down the ground. Nataraj, such a dangerous player for this very reason. Launching it over long off. The man was in with a chance. But in the end, just too much height for him to take the catch. 22 from 8. This is a gem. Very short, banged in, tennis ball bounce. Just be a single. Anticlimactic, really. But Harish Kakani's traveled the distance a couple of times now in his spell.
I actually like that option. Kind of a slower bouncer.
Karan Shandel, well, he's been extraordinary. Will go up in there in terms of the top run getters in this tournament so far. Always good, Zubin, to start your campaign off with 2 good scores, 44 yesterday. Oh, short delivery, wow, that was quick. And he's appealing. And given by the umpire. So may have been some glove involved, would have had to be. It looked like it brushed him somewhere along the body. And Karan Shandel, well, he'll get a tap on the back. But what an innings that was. Freak dismissal, though. It was banged in by Kakani. Was there any glove involved, Zubin?
Yeah, it looks like it was. It really got up to him. You see a puff of dirt that just came up, so it might have just got up out of the surface.
So Shandel gone for 71. It's been a crucial innings. Could be a match-winning one as well. 164 for 5. Well, you couldn't have asked for much more from your opener. 71 from 46, seeing the team as deep as possible into the 18th over. So it's now going to be Abhijit Singh comes to the middle. The long levers. Harish Kakani gets his second. He's probably been one of the better bowlers. We look at the figures. Less than 8 runs conceded an over. In a game where the team is scoring at, or have been scoring at more than 9. Well projected to get close to that 190 mark, which you think would be menacing for this Surf Riders team to chase. Remember, they are, of course, short-handed. Without their captain, all-round brilliance of Marty Kane, who was actually selected for the USA Invitational team, made his debut off the back of a successful minor league season in 2021. Here's a look at the wicket, a short delivery, looked like come off the back grip or the glove. He gave himself away there. You look, again, the left hand, as soon as he hit it, he started to shake that left hand. I was hoping the umpire didn't see that, but he did. Mohit Nataraj down the track. He will go over the top, but it should be another couple easy runs. Well, that will end another good over for the Golden State Grizzlies. Nataraj now on the charge, but they've lost Shandel in the over. 167 for 5. Still work for Abhijit Singh and this new partnership now formed. Still work for them to do. They want to get up to that 190. Have to get them. That's the important thing. It's also important to note, probably on seeing the impact, Taimur Patel, who we saw yesterday on display for the Hollywood Master Blasters, transferring out of this San Diego Surf Riders team. And as well as a couple other players, Ravi Timbawala, Brindley Richards, Mruno Patel, all making the switch to the Hollywood Master Blasters.
Devam, short covers, On the 30. Yeah, there.
So Nikhil Dutta, this is an interesting time to bring him back into the attack. The off spinner going to bowl very flat, very quick from around the wicket as well. Interesting decision in the 19th over. bring back the off spinner who went for 19 runs due to the power of Malik Junaid.
It's hard to bring a guy back after going for 19, but I think they should have tried him a little bit earlier.
So Nataraj getting his helmet against Nikhil Datta. Tough time for the off spinner, even though he's one of the more experienced players. Would have played in the CPL and the Global T20. Datta, tough time for him to bowl. But it's a good start so far. Wide outside the off stump, not allowing Nataraj to hit down the ground in terms of over the top.
I like that tactic, though. Around the wicket to the right hand and just going across. Not giving him much room. Not straight. There it is again.
Top stuff. And the close of this innings will be very crucial. If the Surf Riders can keep them to under 180 from the position that they were at one stage, 122 for 3 after 13 overs, you would take that, and it would also help them in terms of confidence. Another swing and a miss. Abhijit Singh struggling to connect. Doesn't need to do too much, though. When you have Nataraj been there for 11 balls, struck at over 2, just need to get a single down the ground and give him back the strike.
Yeah, it's obviously with just the 2 overs left, or less than 2 overs. This is good bowling by Nikhil. Around the wicket, across the body, like you said earlier.
And there we go. A string of dot deliveries in this over, which has really helped the San Diego Surf Riders. It's now 3 dot balls in a row. Pressure building and mounting on the Grizzlies. Pulls this one though, connects, but will just be a single. And even though Zubin, it has been a tough surface to bat on, you have to credit scores 180, 175 today. And this one looking like we could see another big one. 170 for 5 after 19. A really good over from Nikhil Datta, just conceding 3 runs, the penultimate. Such an important period for one of your experienced players. A lot of options. Used 7 of them for Greg Hay, the captain. I think he's going to bowl the last one. Probably Kakani, been the pick of the bowlers.
Yeah, I'd say Kakani. There he is again. It's actually not a bad comeback, in all seriousness. As long as this last over doesn't go like the last match.
Well, since taking the wicket in the 17th over of Malik Junaid, they've only scored 14 runs in the last 2. He's going to have to re-bowl that one, though. Harsh Kakani. But you wouldn't mind 14 runs in the last 2, but you've got to cover well. How often have we saw it? We saw it earlier in today's matchup. Just trying to angle the ball in to Avijit Singh. Want to keep him on strike. He's struggled. Another swing and a miss, but he'll get off the strike, importantly, because of a slight error by the keeper. I was making the point, though, we saw it earlier today, where the Silicon Valley strikers were really struggling in the last couple of overs. But one big over, a couple of big hits from Mohamed Irfan Jr. helped them get 27. And that momentum then carried on to their bowling performance. And already there was no stopping them, the defending champions. Look at that. Look, tried to play the dill scoop. It was so wide outside the off stump. Then had to change completely the approach. And because it was so slow, going pace off, had enough time. Good innovation, but crucially, it's just a single. I don't see that too often. Fired in at the off stump. Good bowling. These last 2 overs have been crucial for the Surf Riders.
What a comeback, I'd say, actually.
And we kept mentioning it. Break that partnership. You will always come back into this game. Pace off again by Harsh Kakani. And the right length, because if you're too short on this surface, it gives the batter too much time. Especially in Mohit Nataraj. They've done well to keep it to just 3 runs in this over. Can he close it without giving a boundary? Off the outside edge. And this has been extremely unlucky for the bowlers of the San Diego Surf Riders. We've seen about 6 boundaries go over the keeper's head. Can't do much about that.
Yeah, this is just T20 cricket in the end, isn't it? Swing the bat, get an outside edge. Unlucky.
Good execution of that wide Yorker. Not being close to him, meaning can't go down the ground over the top. Making it tough for Mohit Nataraj. Nonetheless, though, it's been a good cameo from him. 31 from 19. Came in at a time. Sorry, I said 19. 31 from 13. Even better. But a swing and a miss and a dot ball. Just 1 more delivery remaining in this innings.
Excellent stuff, I must say, actually. Considering what situation they were in. The ebbs and flows of T20 innings. 3 wickets early for 20. 100+ runs. And now they've kind of just sustained the flow.
Full toss, but he gets away with it. Just be a single. This has been good death bowling to keep things competitive, but they get up to another substantial total after being really struggling in the power play at 22 for 3. What a comeback it is to end up at 179 for 5 by the Golden State Grizzlies, thanks to their opener, Karan Shandell, but also Malik Junaid in his first game of the season, as well as Mohit Nataraj towards the end. Really good contributions from them. But in the end, Zubin, it is only 12 runs scored from the last 3 overs, which you have to say, if they go on to chase this down, the Surf Riders, that could be the difference.
It's actually quite impressive, considering the stand that they had and the platform they had to actually smash it at the end to contain them to 12 runs.
Well, we mentioned all about that man at the top of the order, Karan Shandell, 71 for him. Malik Junaid was superb with 49. And Mohit Nataraj doing what he does best, coming in, finishing the innings off for his team, getting them up to that 180 mark, which will mean that the Surf Riders will have to score close to 9 runs and over if they're to be successful. The bowling, well, the Surf Riders had early success. What a young talent this Devam Srivastava is, with his 2 wickets for just 15 runs, got the crucial blow of Sami Aslam, but Harsh Kakani held his nerve well, 2 for 32 in his 4, 1 as well for Vedant Jain, the crucial one of Malik Junaid. So after winning the toss and electing to bat first, it means that the posted 179 victory. It means that the Surf Riders will need 180 if they're to go 1 up in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. Let's have a look at how things unfolded for the Grizzlies. A good start by Reddy, but Karan Shandell, full delivery from taking the attack to him. He went all the way. Karan Shandell was put away over long on. Again, he watched the carnage from one end, but he was able to play shots like this, which just got his team out of a tough situation. A big partnership between Malik Junaid and Karan Shandell, which was in the end worth 110 runs, helped them to score at 9 runs and over. But they were aggressive. Junaid got a lot of luck in this innings. A couple of edges over the keeper's head. Second one there in the over. Things just went from bad to worse. Couldn't do much about it. The San Diego Surf Riders. A lot of real struggle against the leg spin of Vedant Jain, which would in the end get the wicket of Malik Junaid coming down the track, looking to hit over the top. But really and truly, you have to credit the Grizzlies. But that didn't stop him. He continued. Almost a catch there. He likes to score in that cow corner region, pulling across the line. And Mohit Nataraj, well, bread and butter for him. being able to come in and finish the innings with just 5 overs remaining, a crucial innings of 32 for 15 to get his team up to a very competitive total of 179. So, in a couple minutes time, we will return with the run chase. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss this. It's the second and final game here at Woodley Park in Los Angeles. See you soon.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
Where's Wayne?
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
Well, welcome back to Woodley Park, Los Angeles. The fantastic, beautiful, so many adjectives to describe this venue. It's the first weekend of premium coverage here in the 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. And boy, has it been a special experience this weekend. Of course, presented by our title sponsor, Toyota, and of course, presenting sponsor, Sunoco. So important in terms of our broadcast. Well, the Grizzlies, after struggling at 22 for 3, have recovered to an impeccable position, very competitive, posting 179 against the Surf Riders team underway in this tournament. It will mean that they will have to bat well. They've seen exactly how the surface is played, had a good look at it over the last 2 days. 20 overs remain in this contest. They will need to score just runs and over from the start, so pressure on early. Of course, they are without the power of the captain, Marty Kane, off on international duty. So the others will have to step up. Greg Hay, the captain, he's going to open the batting, along with Sri Krishna Anatha Raju. Game well poised at the moment. You have seen, though, all 3 of these games at Woodley Park won by teams batting first. So the San Diego Surf Riders will have to go against the normal in terms of what's happened. Greg Hay, the captain, well, would have had a tough time dealing with that challenge, captaining against that 110-run partnership in the first innings. And with him, Sri Krishna Anatha Raju. 16 minor league games for him, was able to cross that 300-run mark. It's a strike rate, though, only 98 last year, so he'll want to work on that, especially with the opportunity to bat inside the power play. Has shown that he can stick in and get runs, but not only will they need someone to stick in, they'll need them quickly. Ehsan Adil, man from Pakistan, and even though he was expensive yesterday, Adil bowled crucially well to Kateni Clark in the back end of the innings to win the game for his team. Bring in your experienced campaigners, you expect them to be main contributors for you. Has been a true revelation in this minor league so far. In all the cricket I've seen, watched him in the Houston Challenge earlier in the year. It was a joy to watch. So first delivery, just about ready to get underway here at Woodley Park. Adil with those strong wrists behind the ball. Well, just flicked down the leg side, a real loosener, but gets away with it. Good piece of fielding. Fielder up in the circle in the leg side. So we'll bring the captain, Greg Hay, on strike. Zubin Sakari still alongside me. Still battling on, Zubin.
Still here, still here. We're gonna get, might have a bit of a replacement quickly. I don't think this voice is managing that well. But it's been exciting, I'll tell you that.
So Adil starting well. Zubin, well, you're new to commentary. First weekend debut for you. Ernie, tell us in a very few words, don't use that voice, we need you. in a very few words, tell us how you've enjoyed your first experience in the commentary box.
Yeah, I think I've got a lot more respect for what you guys do here. It's a bit challenging, that's for sure, and the voice fading away quickly, which is not. Maybe people prefer that, in all honesty.
Finally, somebody understands the struggle. The honey and lime in the Caribbean, that's the remedy my mother always gives me. Of course, the coconut water as well, but the countless Ricolas as Greg Hay able to get off the mark. I'm going to need some luxury spices as well, probably by the end of this weekend. Done a lot of talking, even though, yes, I do love to talk. My friends tell me about it all the time. It pays the bills. It pays the bills, you know, Zubin. You have to do what you got to do.
You do well. You do well. It's not easy.
Back to the cricket, though. Ihsan Adil looking for sort of a better start to this game.
Nursing a bit of a finger strain there, but he's not in his bowling hand.
Good delivery, seaming away from the right-hander. Actually would have had a split webbing in that left hand. You can see it's still affecting him. But a return catch yesterday, which was struck powerfully back at him. I think it was Harpreet Singh. Just dumped the ball back at him. You can see the tape on the left hand. Look at the strong wrist behind the ball. You think of a struck broad, able to get up movement. Justin Dill, also competing in this tournament for the St. Louis Americans, is another one who is able to have that really strong wrist behind the ball. Getting some lateral movement. Great camera work as well to be able to show that tape on his left hand. Got some good people employed all around, you know, Zubin.
Gotta have someone for every role, you know.
Well edged, bat on it, and it's the first wicket. Ihsan Adil is off. It's a much better start for him today. And he'll be very happy that he's been able to pick up a wicket early on. Good over, excellent over, comes rewarded with a wicket. Just look at the wrist behind the ball. Slight hint of movement. And as soon as he edged it, he took off. Victory lap for Ihsan Adil. Good start to proceedings for the Golden State Grizzlies. Our first wicket goes down at 2 for 1.
All right, batter in, boys.
So Bhatti comes to the crease. His team now in some trouble. No need to panic just yet, but of course that required run rate is rising. Sri Krishna Nathu to get one. And of course it had to be Karun Shandel behind the stumps taking the catch. He's just been in all today. 70 with the bat.
Sean's bowled a really good spell here yesterday, other than the first over that he bowled. He was fantastic in the death. And here again, looks like he's got his rhythm going well too. He's bowled pretty quick. Good smile on him also.
So Ihsan Adil want to close out this final delivery of the first over well. Taking a while to bowl it actually, the Grizzlies. Gonna have to bowl that over. Ihsan Adil trying to bring that edge in play. Does have two slips in place, so trying to angle the ball across the left-hander, Bhatti. Here's a look at that wicket. No, sorry, that was the wide by Ihsan Adil. But you can see those two members at slip. One first slip and the second slip in place. Being aggressive in his captaincy, Sami Aslam. Here is the wicket again. Strong wrist behind the ball. It's why he's played 3 test matches for Pakistan. Beautiful ability to seam the ball away from the right-hander. And another wide. Down the leg side and just searching. This man is so impressive, Ishan Adil. Very high release point. See that bit of movement away from the right-hander. Almost a test delivery, like they say. On a good length, peach. Jimmy Anderson's short board will be proud. Another wide delivery, so not closing the over out well. After a good start, taking the wicket, now 3 extras. Don't know why he's going there. After he's produced such a peach outside the off stump. Maybe just the left hand, right hand combination affecting him. You can see another delivery just dragged down. Probably trying to do a bit too much with the seam positioning. Ball getting stuck in his hand. Much shorter in length. Want to see him bring those 2 slips in play. Don't mind if he errs on the wrong side in terms of a wide outside the off stump.
He seems to be going through his action a bit quick too. He's maybe trying to generate a bit more pace when he gets it right.
Well, there it is. And a loud shout from Ishan Adil. He's taken this game on and taken it by storm. It's 2 wickets. That one meant something special to him. Inside edge onto the off stump. And it's a 2nd wicket. Real problems for the San Diego Surf Riders to end the 1st over.
Just giving a bit of a set off too.
Just needed to get it right. Ishan Adil, and once he did get it on the money, it was an important strike. Well, the 2nd wicket goes down in the 1st over. Samson Bhatti gone without scoring. Just 1 delivery for him. 1 legal delivery, that is. 5 after the 1st over for 2. The double strike from Ishan Adil has meant that they're now 5 for 2. Similar to the start we saw. A wicket went down in the 1st over when the Grizzlies with bat in hand. So Adil will be very pleased. After a tough day at the office yesterday, where he was under the pump, it was a tad expensive, came back well in the end. But the man that likes to be in the wickets, he'll want to compete for that leading wicket taking role in the tournament. Harish Kakani bowled well, took 2 wickets. He'll come into the attack now. Also, Harry come to the crease with the bat in hand. Another extra. Wides have been a problem for the Golden State Grizzlies so far. 3 from Adil probably worked in his favor because it allowed him to get an extra delivery at Bhatti. It was on the money straight away, looking to take him on inside edge onto the stumps. Way down the leg side. Yesterday though, Ishan Adil, 4 overs, 38 runs for the 1 wicket. It was very expensive. He's been different today. Just 5 runs from his 1st over. Again, getting some away movement. Of course, Toyota, the title sponsor of this minor league, allowing to carry the coverage globally. Speaking of global, a global superstar back in the commentary box. Josh Dascom, hello to you.
Nikhil, thank you for having me back.
Oh, I don't make those calls, Josh. Don't trick the people. I just do as I'm told. Sher Khan into the attack today, replacing Rusher Joshi. Less pace than Joshi, but a lot of control on display. It does help, Josh, when you come into a bowling innings and you've already taken 2 wickets. Have a bit of extra confidence behind you.
Yep. 2 wickets and a big total on the board as well, Nikhil.
Sure you were watching, Josh. 22 for 3 after 5 overs the Grizzlies were. What a recovery to get up to 179.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic partnership there that we saw. Karen Shandell at the top of the order.
Well, Greg Hay looking to bring some aggression. We saw this counter-attack in the first innings. He has seen enough. First boundary for the San Diego Surf Riders. Probably what's needed at this stage with that required run rate gone past 9 runs and over. Just came down the track, got very close. And once he beat that extra cover fielder, raced to the boundary. It's a quick outfield here at Woodley Park. Well, we've seen some great individual performances. That man on screen, Ishan Adil, 2 wickets in the first over. Saurabh Nachavalkar, 5 wickets yesterday for 19 runs. It's been an exhibition of seam and swing bowling, Josh. And as sort of one of the main people behind this tournament, that must make you very happy to see fast bowlers shining, even though you're a spinner yourself.
Absolutely, Nikhil. I think there's been some great performances with the bat and ball, not just from what we've seen here at Woodley Park in Los Angeles, but also right across the country.
Oh, got him. It's another one. The Grizzlies are well in charge of proceedings here. Inside edge again. Paced off by Sher Khan. The new batter in, so real trouble. Now Harish Kakani, his short stay is ended.
Well,
hasn't done much.
Have another look at this one here, as he's just got the inside edge on that one, and that one's gone straight back into middle and leg stump, and that's the 3rd one down to kill.
Second inside edge we've seen. And another player gone for the San Diego Surf Riders. He's gone without scoring. 11 for the loss of 3 wickets now. And Josh, when you see a lot of inside edges going back onto the stumps, we saw a few in the Grizzlies innings as well. Fortunately for them, didn't go back on to hit the stumps. It tells you about that slow nature of the surface. Batters playing very early in front of the pad.
Yeah, batters just getting out in front of the shot a bit. Maybe there, Nikhil. Of course, this 4th match this weekend. Some hot conditions here, and we saw it in the previous game. We're seeing it again here. The wicket's just starting to get a little bit tired.
Josh, hot is an understatement. Went outside just now in the innings break. 98 degrees here in Los Angeles, Woodley Park. Not easy conditions. What about Houston next week? This tournament takes a big part in Houston. I've heard temperatures are exceeding 100 degrees there.
Sounds like it'll be a good weekend to be in this nice air-conditioned commentary booth that you're operating from, Nikhil.
I can tell you, Josh, I want to get back to Barbados, get to the beach with these sort of temperatures. You guys, Josh, you see, this is why you have to come to Barbados. We need you there. A beach on a hot day. But we don't get it to 100, though, I'm telling you.
It's the final ball of this 2nd over, and he's going to have to re-bowl that one.
Well, we've seen a lot of wickets fall. 2 wickets have fallen after a wide. So if that's an indication for Sher Khan, this next delivery could be a crucial one. Segal is the new batter in. Here's it again. It was just on an off stump, on that 4th stump line. And in the end, playing very early, Kakani ricocheting onto the stumps. Greg Hay has watched from the other end. Very similar to the position we saw the Grizzlies in at 22 for 3 after 5. They've lost similarly 3 wickets in the power play, the Surf Riders. The question is, do they have the depth as the Grizzlies did in the first innings? Another wide. So 6 extras bowled in the innings.
You're spot on about that depth though, Nikhil. And of course, the San Diego Surf Riders missing their captain today, Marty Kane, a crucial part of their team with bat and ball. And you'll be wondering how much of a hole that's left in this batting lineup.
Josh, do you think Marty Kane is watching his team, or is he out surfing before?
I know that he is absolutely watching his team.
So he's not surfing before he leaves on the big trip to Zimbabwe?
No. I wonder if he's packed his surfboard, Nikhil.
I haven't had the luxury of going to that side of the world, Zimbabwe. But what I will say is, if I know Marty Kane, he loves it surfing. It's going to be a hard decision for him. But it's not a hard decision so far for the Grizzlies. They've been well on top, and the seam has worked for them. 13 for 3 after 2.
Got some news for you boys. The best news is from Dapper. So the best news you can get is from Dapper. Dapper News.
Isan Adil, this man is on a roll. It's the third for him. He's off. He's off. And the man has gotten wickets. From Pakistan, that left hand is hurt. You can see him hiding it, but it's all about the right. The right hand is the important one, Josh Dascombe, and it's picked up 3 wickets for him, the golden arm.
Yes. 3 wickets, Ihsan Adil. 2 of them bowled, and we see another chop on that one. Just a little bit too tight to cut there for Greg Hay, and he can do no more than drag it back onto his stumps. He's got to go for 6. Golden State Grizzlies right on top here.
So, real trouble brewing for the San Diego Surf Riders. Need to surf their way out of this. It's a big wave, Josh. It's a tsunami coming for them. At the moment, you lose 4 wickets in a power play. Good luck in winning a game, especially when you're chasing 180. How do you mitigate this tsunami? Do you run? Do you swim into it? We have to ask Marty Kane.
As we see the new batsman stride out to the crease.
So Adnish Tondale comes in.
Great opportunity here for the youngster from Northern California originally. He's played his minor league cricket for this San Diego franchise for 2 years now. And a big, big ask for him here, the young man, at 13 for 4.
Just 6 for the captain, Greg Hay. He's there for a while, but again, causing some problems, Ishan Adil. I think it is a hat-trick ball.
Sure is.
For Ishan Adil.
Hat-trick watch.
But it will be a dot. Unfortunately, would have seen the first hat-trick in this minor league. Look at the wicket again. Another one that just straight at the stumps. He's been consistent and able to find and attack the stumps, Ishan Adil. And another inside edge, Josh. 3rd time we've seen it for the San Diego Surf Riders.
Yeah, that one a little bit different there. Just a little bit too tight to cut. And he's dragged that one onto his leg stump.
Quite a number of times we've seen inside edges from the Grizzlies as well. Cricket is such a harsh game where when the Grizzlies were batting, several outside edges went past the keeper. Several inside edges didn't go on to hit the stumps. But for the San Diego Surf Riders, they've had no luck.
Yes, fortune favouring the brave in that case there. Some big lusty swings from the middle order there. Malik Junaid, Karan Shandal. Could have very easily been a different story when the Golden State Grizzlies were 22 for 3.
So Ishan Adil looking for that 4th wicket. He doesn't want to stop. If he could take all 10, give him all 10. He's hungry for wickets. That's really short. And somehow Karan Shandel able to stop that. Could have easily gone away for 5 wides. Doesn't need to do that though, because when he's been full and on the stumps, every single time he's gotten a wicket. So doesn't need to do too much.
We have another look at it here, and he pulled up a little bit. He's just lost his way there. That one a long way off flying.
I think because of the slow nature, actually saved him in the end. Just stuck up in terms of the tennis ball bounce. Had it went straight through, could have easily beaten Karan Shandel behind the stumps.
Just keep an eye on him here. I know that Ehsan Adil recently recovering from a slight back twinge recently.
It's probably not wise that he's trying to bang the ball in, ball short. Another wide. Extras have been a problem for the Grizzlies. Josh, I've worked very hard to get this stat for you. We were talking about the impressive batters. Of course, wickets have fallen in this innings, but 19 half centuries in the first 2 days of the minor league. What does that tell you?
I think it tells you there's been a lot of games played. 20 across the country, Nikhil.
Well, to have a half century on average on almost every single game. Of course, Unmuk Chan has 2, but it's impressive to see batters being able to stick in and get big totals.
Absolutely.
Well, that's gone, and that's out the ground in terms of the middle stump. Ishan Adil, take a bow. This has been an exhibition of seam bowling from the man from Pakistan. This is why he's in the team and in the Toyota Minor League 2022.
Big trouble if you're a San Diego Surf Riders fan here, Nikhil. 16 for 5 now. This man's got 4 of them. We'll have another look at it here.
Josh, all about those strong wrists. It allows the wrists to have control. Just position that ball where he wants, and look at that, on the money. Carnage caused by Ishan Adil.
I mean, and that ball just wasn't there for that shot across the line at the end of the day, as we see the end of Kunal Sehgal. Former Morrisville player, now playing his trade in San Diego. He's got to go.
I think that's what Ishan Adil needs to do, especially now bowling to the low order, 16 for 5. Employ that strategy of you miss, I hit. Just go full at the stumps. He's got a bit of extra pace, got height, all going for him at this stage. And after yesterday where he went over 9 runs and over, Josh, this will be a great comeback for him and his confidence for the rest of the tournament.
That's absolutely right there. Nikhil, as we see your namesake, Nikhil Dutta, walk to the crease. Canadian national team player.
I would have watched a lot of Nikhil Dutta when he represented the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots in the CPL. Of course, in the Global T20 as well.
So what do we expect? What should we expect here, Nick?
Right out this situation, first of all, needs to get through these 2 deliveries. Adil, 4 wickets already to his name, and he'll be looking for a 5th. Hungry for a 5th. And gets the edge. Wow, almost had it right then and there, but instead it's going to be a boundary just past slip. So inside his second over, could have easily had 5 wickets inside his first 2 overs, Josh.
Not to be on this occasion, and interesting they've still only got the 1 slip. I think it's probably the right call on this wicket. Not a whole lot of... We have another look. This one fished outside and just outside the outstretched arm of Aditya Srinivas there at slip. Runs away for a boundary.
Well, good luck to the Surf Riders because they still have to deal with 2 overs from Ishan Adil. And if I know Sami Aslam and his aggressive cap, he's going to bowl all 4 on the trot as well. 2 slips now in place.
That one brings us to the end of 3. San Diego Surf Riders in a bit of trouble here. 20 for 5. So we have a look at the batting card here. Sorry tale if you're a Surf Rider, Nikhil. Their top 5 gone in the first 3 overs, and an uphill battle from here.
Well, from 20 for 5, good luck when you're chasing 180.
Might have a look at that scorecard and type in the phone number, see who answers.
Yeah, it's been lottery numbers so far for the Surf Riders, but they're not all done yet. 5 wickets still remaining in the hutch. Miracle is always possible, Josh. 160, a long time to go. I want to ask you, though, as a spinner yourself, we will see him with the bat in hand soon. Devam Srivastava, you weren't in the commentary box when he was bowling. Under 19 off spinner. But what a brilliant spell that was. 15 runs conceded, 2 wickets.
Beautifully bowled up the top there from Devam for a young under 19 off spinner to open the bowling against the likes of Sami Aslam, Zair Shahzad. It was an incredibly impressive spell. He impressed me a lot in last year's minor league tournament, Nikhil, and it's great to see him in the first game of this season really setting himself up for a big year.
Yeah, and this is why it's important, and we're so grateful to have companies like Toyota, like Sunoco on board, because it gives a young man like Srivastava a huge platform in front of the global stage to impress. This premium broadcast, Josh, great work to you and all the others in charge of this. Almost getting an edge, a faint edge through to the keeper. Slip still in place.
It's been a great weekend right across the country, Nikhil. Here in LA, of course up in Seattle, and all the way over to Broward County Stadium and up to the northeast. It's been quite the weekend of cricket across the country. Guess what the great news is? Do it all again next weekend.
Early start as well, of course, that 4th of July weekend, starting on Friday.
Yeah, little Friday night match coming to you from Prairie View Cricket Complex in Houston.
Again, very consistent from Sher Khan. Not the fastest by any means, but he's not worrying too much about the pace. And Sami Aslam can smile because his team well on top. But I can tell you, Josh, when he was dismissed in the first over and they were 22 for 3, he was not smiling. He's just watched the carnage from third man, Sher Khan, but he'll want to get it on the act. Already has one to his name, the crucial wicket of the captain. Should just be a single.
Shahriar Khan, part of the team that made it to the Pacific Conference Championship game last year, Nikhil.
They did go very far, the Grizzlies. Also watched them in North Carolina, of course, before they were defeated by the Silicon Valley Strikers.
Bit of an upset that game, if I
think so too,
correctly.
because the Western Conference, remember, was won by this Grizzlies team. And it's actually interesting to see how the two teams, both the Grizzlies and the Strikers, have separated themselves from the rest of that Western Conference. Cleared them, I think, by 8 points past the East Bay Blazers. And this year already, they've started the Strikers have started 2-2. You expect with this start, they should go on to pick up their second win. You would hope so, at least.
Wouldn't it be a great game if it didn't happen, though? From here, Nikhil, wouldn't we be in for a treat over the next hour and a half?
Well, Nikhil Dutta will have to turn into Glenn Maxwell from your country, Josh, Kyron Pollard, you name it, but 4 defensives aren't going to get the job done. End of the over, 21 for 5.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Back here on the theme of peak performance. We've seen a peak performance here so far this afternoon from Ihsan Adil. Must have stopped off at Sunoco on the way in here, Nick.
Very well could have. Keep saying it. Well in line to win that Toyota Tundra Player of the Match. Whoever's picking that award has got a tough task at hand. We saw great innings from Karan Chandel, but now it's been carnage. I keep saying it, but really that's what it's been. We've seen stumps out the ground. Ihsan Adil's just been a serious threat to this San Diego Surf Riders, and he's sending a warning to all the other teams that are going to come up against this Grizzlies team over the next month and a half.
So we see Anish Deshpande in bowling.
Well, at the moment, they're trying to consolidate. But remember, they still have to look for that 180 needed for victory. So the singles won't hurt the Grizzlies too much. And quite surprised by this, Josh, that we are not seeing Ihsan Adil continue his spell. 4 wickets after the first 2 overs. Sami Aslam probably would have got an earful from Ihsan Adil.
So we see Anish Deshpande into the team today as one of the 2 under-21 players, with Vatsal Vagela leaving on international duty.
Yeah, love that ruling by the MLC. The fact that you have to have, each team must have an under-19 and under-21 player exposes some of the youth in terms of the tournament, and great things happen from that rule. You look at the likes of Rahul Jariwala, who we saw earlier today. He's made his USA debut. Yasser Mohammed, Vatsal Vagela, who's going to be leaving with the team later today. It's good planning by MLC, and with the future of USA cricket in their eyes.
Absolutely, Nikhil. Another one, Saiteja Mukamala, made his debut and then starred today for the New Jersey Stallions, hitting a 4 off the last ball to win the game for them.
Edge past the keeper, and some of that luck finally going to the way of the San Diego Surf Riders. That will be a boundary. But don't get me started, Josh, on Sateja Mukamala. I'm a huge fan of the 18-year-old now, recently had a birthday. You can see this one angled across the right-hander, and no keeper would ever catch that. Not even Jaunty Rhodes could catch that one. But I'll say Mukamala really, I think, lit the world on fire. Yes, Josh, I know Jaunty Rhodes is not a keeper, but, you know, speaking about his acrobatic fielding. But I'll say Mukamala, saw him in the Houston Challenge against the 50 best cricketers in the United States. An MLC event, of course, the Houston Challenge, where we saw international teams face off against MLC. Mukamala scored the most runs at 17 years old. If that's not a statement, then I don't know what is.
No, it sure was impressive, and it was great to see him get an opportunity in the USA national team as well over the recent Cricket World Cup League 2 series, and demonstrating to all of us here in US domestic cricket that he's not a one-format only player with this with the unbeaten 65 to win the game for the Stallions today.
Well, he's played a different role for the US international team. Came in at number 5 and 6, had to finish innings off. I want to see him at the top of the order, though. I know it's a competitive top order to get into. Monak Patel, Aaron Jones, and others. But I want to see him maximized at the top of the order against that new ball in the power play, especially in T20 cricket. Probably more suited at the moment, though, for the 50-over game.
I would have agreed to, and I'm looking forward to getting back tonight and having a look at the highlights from his innings today. Seen plenty of highlights here this afternoon so far, Nikhil, though, and right throughout the weekend.
Of course, our presenting sponsor, Sunoco, making it all happen. Bit of a lull in the last couple of overs. No real run scoring from these two in the middle. They're just keeping it to a minimum at the moment, the Grizzlies. Biding their time. I want to see Adil get back into the attack. Unless he's nursing some sort of injury. We saw him hold that bat early on. I want to see him be aggressive, be ruthless. End of 5, 28 for 5.
So we have a look at the bowling card here, and Ihsan Adil, the destroyer at the top. 12 balls, 4 wickets so far for him. Shahryar Khan Picked up one himself from the other end, and grave times for the San Diego Surf Riders with 152 needed from the next 15 overs.
So Khan will continue. Will his third over. Lengthy run up for Sher Khan, but not quick by any means, but he's been effective. All right, Josh, time to put you on the spot. I know you've been eagerly following, keenly following all the action around the country. Pick one special performance, not only in these games here at Woodley Park, but across the entire league from opening weekend. If you had to pick the best, which would you choose?
Kill it's a very tough one. Very hard to go past Muk Chan's 94 to start the season yesterday.
Through cover, and this will be runs. Hit pretty well, timed pretty well, but just be a couple. No, one actually. Good work at the boundary by Ishan Adil. I know where I'm going, Josh. No West Indian bias involved, but it has to be Raheem Cornwall. Woke up at 6 a.m. Pacific time to watch the carnage from the big man from Antigua. 93 from 41. Hard to put past that.
Very hard to go past that, and I've managed to catch a few highlights throughout the day. The old stick cricket game comes to mind, Nikhil. You would have played that a little bit when you were a bit younger.
Outside edge. Almost being found. The slip's still in place. It's very hard as a bowler to bowl to Raheem Cornwall. I think that's what makes that Atlanta Fire team over on the Atlantic side of things very dangerous. How they adapt without two international players is another challenge.
Absolutely. Bit of an upset over there in the Southern Division as well today. 14-over game between the Morrisville Raptors and the Fort Lauderdale Lions, and we saw the Lions take the points.
Cricket, a game of glorious uncertainties played on the day. This minor league. Oh, there it is. It's a second for Khan. Angled in at the stumps. This is tidy, tedious bowling from Sher Khan, and it means a lot to him. Finally in on the act as well. With Ishan Adil, he's got a second.
As we see him play a little bit on that one. Adnesh Chandali been out there for 13 balls. As we have another look at it here. Just looks to hit that one too square, and that one straight through the gate. Takes middle and leg stump, and he's got to go. The fifth wicket bowled, 6th wicket to fall. The score's on 30.
Tondale gone for 9. 30 for 6 now. Yeah, just had to get a move on Adnish Tondale. Nothing was happening in this game. Weren't scoring many runs. Required rate gone well past 10.5 now with the fall of that wicket. And you think it's going to be a mount for the Surf Riders if they get home from here?
Absolutely. We've got a new batsman, Mihir Cherukapali. Played his cricket for the Irving Mustangs, or now the Dallas Mustangs last year, and he's the free agent for Surf Riders.
So Sher Khan, 2 for 11. Remember, Sher Khan coming in would have had to replace the likes of Rushir Joshi, Hamad Azam, 2 main seamers for this Grizzlies team. He's done well so far, picking up 2 early wickets. How much do you think, Josh, this San Diego Surf Riders team has been impacted? 4 transfers, Ravi Timbawala, Brindley Richards, Mrunal and Timil Patel have all gone over to the Hollywood Master Blasters team.
We'll have another look at this wicket here, and so we have another look slowed down. He's just tried to clip that one through forward square when he probably realistically needed to be trying to hit that one back between mid-on and the umpire. And on a wicket that's keeping a little bit low, need to keep playing straight, and he's been the victim of that there. Last ball of the power play. Go through to the wicketkeeper for a dot. That brings us to the end of 6. Diego Surf Riders, 30 for 6.
Well, no double-figure scores for the San Diego Surf Riders. Clearly impacted, though, Josh, by those absences of some of their experienced players.
So we have a look at the Manhattan. A few bigger towers there, but what'll be surprising to see is whether they're able to keep up with these next few overs. That's where the partnership between Karen Shandell and Malik Junaid really took off, resurrected the innings from the early trouble that the Grizzlies were in.
Deshpande continuing. Yeah, the difference, though, that we saw in the first innings, remember, they lost 3 wickets early, the Grizzlies, but that's some of the changes between, the variances between good and great teams. The Grizzlies were able then to kick on, get up to 179 because of a 110-run partnership, 110-run third wicket partnership between Junaid and, of course, Karan Shandell.
There's Nikhil Dutta. Swipes that one, and it will beat wide long on for a much-needed boundary.
Swipes it, Josh. Is that... Come on, man. That's not fair. That was a quality cricket shot. Across the line. It was short. Picked the length early. Josh, I have to disagree with you on that one.
We'll have another look at it here. Let's see if it's a swipe. That is a swipe across the line.
Come on, Josh. Really? It was short. Had a lot of times sat up, asked to be hit. And he even finished on the shoulder. It was a pretty attractive shot, to be honest. Josh Dascom has got some real strict standards in terms of batsmanship.
Nice classical on drive down there to long on for the single. And a great opportunity for young Mihir Cherukapali here. Cross for the San Diego Surf Riders this year. He was part of the under-19 training group involved in their selection camp last year. And he's playing in the yellow and light blue of the Surf Riders this year.
So another dot delivery. Deshpande has been good. Still want to see Ishan Adil 2 wickets. Well, sorry, 4 wickets in 2 overs for him. Really have enjoyed this first weekend, opening weekend of the 2022 Minor League, of course, Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. Another drive, but straight to the man. Another dot delivery. Could it be a...
No, that one was in the air and played to short cover and caught. It's been a long weekend here for Nikhil Chandani. As we see the 7th one fall for the San Diego Surf Riders. Cherukapali can do no more than punch that one in the air to short cover. We'll have another look at it here.
Well, it was... He just hit it and no one moved. It tricked me. And Adnish Tondil.
No, that's Mihir Cherukapali who has to depart. The catch taken by the captain, Samay Aslam. And it's gone from bad to worse now. 35 for 7.
Almost a similar way in terms of what he was dismissed. Sami Aslam looking to play into the offside aerially.
Let's go, batsman.
But if you're now joining us, the score is correct. It's been pretty much disastrous for the San Diego Surf Riders. 35 for 7 inside the 7th over. Deshpande probably deserves a wicket. I was going to ask you before that wicket fell, Josh. Could it be a case of Sami Aslam wanting to give his under-19 players some confidence by getting him into the attack early when he knows his team is on top. We saw a similar thing happen with Dev Tadani for the Silicon Valley Strikers.
Yeah, we did. We did see that as that one cruises past the outside edge. That'll bring us to the end of Deshpande's second over at 35 for 7.
1, 2, 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Back here at Woodley Park, and this one, well, pretty much done and dusted. Still 3 wickets to get for the Golden State Grizzlies, but they've been dominant right from the end of the first power play when they had the bat in hand. Nikhil Datta, the lone standout in terms of with the bat, and he's only scored 11, the top score of the innings for the Surf Riders. It's going to be spin into the attack for the first time today. Zia Shazad did see a lot of purchase and grip on the surface with Vedant Jain, the leg spinner who bowled for the Surf Riders in the first innings.
Shazad will be looking to finish this one quickly. It's easy in bowling. Of course, made a name for himself in last year's Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. Nikhil, Zia Shazad.
Down to cover, just be one. The one thing you look at this Golden State Grizzlies team, of course, the main contributors and main pieces in this team. Here's the wicket of just Spoon. Easy catch in the end for the captain, Sami Aslam. Another good delivery spinning past the edge. Josh, I was going to say though, Zia Shazad and Sami Aslam, 2 main contributors, as well as Hamad Azam, the MVP from last year. 3 very good friends, and I've seen, just observing them, Isha and Adil's fit right in to that group.
Nah, that's absolutely right there, Nikhil, and the Grizzlies will be hoping that Hamad Azam's injury that he sustained in yesterday's match isn't too bad and that he's back in the team for next weekend. So we'll have another look at the wicket. There's that one. Simple catch there, completed at short cover. As that one was the wrong end. Beats the inside edge of the new batsman, Jardeep Reddy.
How many times in this over he's beaten the outside edge? And a really good over for Zia Shazad. Just 1 run coming from it. Good start for him. 36 for 7.
We'll have a look at the batting card here, and it's a sad tale if you're from the south of where we are right now. Nikhil here at Woodley Park in LA, San Diego Surf Riders. 7 for 36.
Who's going to be on the cover of Dafa News? Josh, who's going to be on the cover? I'm not even entertaining that 7 for 36 talk. I don't want to hear any of that. This is not the Big Bash. This is the 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship. And it's that man, the man starving for a 5th wicket, starving to keep up with Saurabh Netravalkar, who's already got 6 in this tournament. Adil at 5.
And he'll be looking for his 5th today, Nikhil. 4 wickets, 3 of them bowled. He'll be targeting the stumps here.
It goes off the outside edge. It's going to fall safely. Go down to 3rd man, coming back for 2 as well. I want to see him go Yorker. Tall man, firing 1 Yorker at the stumps. He could get his 5th. Ishan Adil, 4 for 14. Tremendous bowling performance from him. Oh yes, love that. Sideways movement, he's able to adjust. 2 bowlers I've seen in the minor league so far do this really well. In fact, I'll go with 3. Ishan Adil, Justin Dill, extremely strong wrist behind the ball. We've seen him several times be able to get some seam movement. And even Stephen Wigg. I have been impressed, Stephen Wigg of the New Jersey Stallions. Big tournament for him after the finals weekend in North Carolina.
We saw Justin Dill pick up 3 today in a victory for the St. Louis Americans.
Surprised me a bit. Got 66 with the bat yesterday. Dill.
No, he's been working very hard on his batting. We've seen him score in some recent tournaments around the US.
Dill from South Africa, of course. Enters with a lot of experience. A lot of South Africans in this tournament. Cornet Dry. Saw Cody Shetty yesterday.
We'll get to have our first look at Justin Dill and the entire St. Louis Americans unit next weekend on our premium streaming, premium broadcast in Houston, Nikhil.
You picking me for that one, Josh?
I'm going to leave you in this truck, okay, Nick. Nice and spacious and air conditioned in here. You'll have a great.
Oh, I'll take it every day of the week. Just want to be in here calling cricket every minute of my life.
That one's...
Yeah, pretty picked up, and you haven't seen much aggression against Ishan Adil. Nikhil Datta, though, not fazed by the 4 wickets he's taken before. It's gone all the way for a maximum.
It was a big one there from Nikhil Datta. Just picked that one up casually off his legs.
Us Nikhils are fighters, you know, Josh. My namesake not letting me down. He's fighting his way to 20. Could he get to a half century here? Probably would be consolation, if anything, but could be a good start to the tournament and probably deserves a promotion. This Surf Riders batting lineup.
Yeah, it'll be a case of going back to the drawing board for the Surf Riders after today, I think, Nikhil.
I don't know why Ishan Adil's continuously tried to go to this short ball. Hasn't got the line right. 4th or 5th time he's gone down the leg side for a wide. Clearly trying to do something with that shorter delivery.
Just a little bit. Radar was a little bit off there. We've seen 3 out of his 4 wickets so far hitting the stumps, and have to agree with you there. He goes short again there. Another wide delivery.
Well, I wouldn't want to be Nikhil Datta right now facing that music out in the middle. Gets serious steep bounce.
Another look at it here. And he's really dug that one in, trying to get as much as he can out of this slow, tired Woodley.
Surface must be getting dry though. 4th game on this surface in extreme heat. Temperatures up to 100 degrees here in Los Angeles. Oh no, Ishan Adil. Well, not going to help in terms of that search for the 5th wicket.
Don't know if you remember the sequence of deliveries that led up to his previous wicket there, Nikhil. As we have a look at this one, he's gone out of the back of the hand there. Couldn't quite get that one on line. Like that he's trying his variations here. But yeah, if we remember the last sequence of deliveries that led up to his previous, very similar to what we've seen here.
Well, Josh, could you be a fortune teller? Oh, no, you can't, Josh. Just be a couple runs. Just be a single, actually. So, Adil unable to pick up that 5th just yet. Still another delivery, though, in terms of his quest. So to have players that have played at the test level, test cricket, millions of people around the world aspire to represent their country. not in the white ball format, but in the red ball format, the toughest format in the game. Adil's played 3 test matches. Sami Aslam, not only has he played, but he's averaged 35 in test cricket. Real treat to have these players on display in this tournament.
Of course, as we get on to the East Coast later in the tournament, Nikhil, we might be lucky enough to see World Cup winner Liam Plunkett live on our televisions here in the United States.
Well, this one is edged, and it's gone straight to slip, and it's 5. 5 for the superstar. Ishan Adil, no celebration needed. He's got his man and got in the 5th wicket. It's been a superb performance from this man on screen.
As that one on that line and length that we've been asking for here in the commentary box. And just too good on this occasion for Jaideep Reddy. Fends at that one straight into the waiting hands of Malik Junaid at first slip.
Junaid's got a good pair of hands, safe pair of hands, makes no mistake. He was more excited about it than Ishan Adil was. But Adil, he's worked hard today. He's toiled in the heat. And a really good return for him. Reddy, unable to make much of an impact, going without scoring. 48 for 8.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
We're back here at the Woodley Park Cricket Complex in one of my favorite cities in the US, Nikhil, Los Angeles, California, as we have been treated to a fine display of fast bowling from Ihsan Adil this afternoon. That one on that you've seen on your screens there was his 5th. And the San Diego Surf Riders in some big, big trouble here. Zia Mohammed Shahzad continuing in search of these last 2 wickets.
Flighted delivery, and it's going to be hit powerfully down the ground. So new batter in, not wasting any time. Vedant Jain, a leg spinner himself, good batter unfolding. It's actually no Nikhil Dutta.
Yep, Dutta been one of the few shining lights today for the San Diego Surf Riders. Of course, we saw a great spell up front.
Trying to go again, this time though, not the same execution. Wants back the strike.
Oh, he looked to be labouring there for a second, but he safely makes it back.
How ironic.
Really looked to labour for a second run there.
Back up!
So, oh.
Almost a run-out chance. Ends.
That one looks to have hurt Shahzad a little bit there.
Yeah, really threw that ball very hard to feel that cover. And it has to be, of course, it just had to be, Josh. One Nikhil in the commentary box, the other one shining out in the sun.
There's an argument to be made that there's been 2 Nikhils that have shown bright this weekend here in LA, Nick.
I can tell you what they're doing in the sun. Don't think I could get that job done. I'm happy to be in the commentary box.
Happy to have you with us at home as well.
That's your opinion, Josh. We don't know if all the viewers at home feel the same way. Tweet us, of course, at MLC Cricket. Let us know, how is this guy Nikhil doing in the commentary box? Very full delivery. Just be a single. So basically on the verge of ending this game. 56 for 8, just 2 wickets left for the Grizzlies to take. Of course, Sunoco, the presenting sponsor. Oh, good delivery. Looked like the wrong one. Picked it in the end. Nikhil Dutta, end of type over from Zia Shahzad. 56 for 8.
So we have a look here at the batting card. Nikhil Dutta. Probably an argument to say that he should have been batting a little bit higher there, Nikhil. Coming in down at 7. He's 28 not out off 21 deliveries. One of the few lights that have shown brightly on this day for the San Diego Surf Riders. So we see Ehsan Adil in for his final over. He's already got 5.
Forget 5, he wants 6 or even 7. Oh, wow. Brave leave, courageous leave from Vedant Jain. Ehsan Adil can't believe that hasn't touched it. Just kissed the off stump.
We'll have another look at this one here. It's a leave that you'd be proud of seeing in a test match. Is that one?
That may have taken the paint off of the stump. It was that close. Brave decision by Vedant Jain to leave that one.
Would have capped an unusual weekend to see a player bowl leaving in a T20, Nikhil.
Just shows this all happened. This is a good shot though, very full. Should just be 1. Look at the feel for Ehsan Adil in terms of what he's bowling with. Surprised to see those two men behind him on the boundary. In terms of the long on, Josh, I want to see that man come into the circle. Be aggressive. If he wants to go over your head, that man, it probably brings an opportunity to get a wicket.
A lot of open space there on the leg side as we pan over there and have a look. But Ehsan Adil still got this slip in place. He'll be looking to bowl that channel that's served him well all day so far.
Love that line and length though, on off stumps where he's gotten success pretty much throughout the day. Azir Shahzad, his teammate, he'll be wanting to get in on the wickets as well, seeing his Ehsan Adil take 5. Crafty little bowler there, Azir Shahzad. Still looking for that 6th wicket. Ehsan Adil. And there it is. What a statement piece. The cherry on top for Ehsan Adil. The off stump again. He's hit it time and time again, and it's 6 for the tall man from Pakistan.
As he picks up his 6th there, Nikhil. An incredible display of fast bowling that we've been treated to here at Woodley Park this afternoon. As we have another look at this one. Just too good there for Vedant Jain. Ehsan Adil is got 6 now. An incredible display of fast bowling.
There's a reason his T20 average after 68 matches is just 21.87. He's taken 86 wickets. He's a genuine wicket taker, and add another 6 to that number. Ehsan Adil. This may be just the best out of the lot, Josh. Seaming away, top of off, test line and length. Jimmy Anderson again, be very proud.
I think that's getting a lot better batters than Vedant Jain out there, Nikhil.
Well, the star of the first innings, Devam Srivastava, comes to the middle.
Not known for his batting, Nikhil.
He's a young man as well. Only 1 year into high school, Josh. He probably has to go home and study. And also a short leg in place. Aggression from Sami Aslam.
Adil chasing 7.
Oh, goes. It was the right idea. Somehow gets the bat down in time.
And with one ball left in his spell, an incredible display of fast bowling here from Ehsan Adil.
So Ehsan Adil looking for the 7th. Final delivery of his spell. Oh, almost a 7th. Could have been easily an inside edge onto his stumps. Very high. Ehsan Adil is a performance that will help him in terms of his confidence for the rest of this tournament. 6 for 26 in his 4 overs.
An incredible spell there from Ehsan Adil. Did the damage up the front in his first 2 and came back and picked up another 2. And what you're seeing there is the appreciation of his teammates. 6 wickets in what's been a match-winning performance this afternoon for the Golden State Grizzlies.
Had a rough day at the office yesterday when he was struck on that left hand. The ball traveling back. He went at 9.5 runs per over. In his 4, it was very uncharacteristic of him. He's so clinical, such a wicket taker, but boy did he come back well today. And Sami Aslam will be extremely happy for his countrymen, but also for his team, that they're stomping their way on to their first victory, or second victory, I should say, first of day 2. Just 1 wicket to take. Zia Shahzad is going to want it. Probably a bit of survival mode now for the Surf Riders, trying to get up to something respectable.
Of course, 58 for 9 here. And what's been a clinical bowling and fielding performance, you'd have to say.
Big swing and a miss. Well, Karan Shandel is very fast to whip off the bails there. Lightning quick behind the stumps. I must say though, Josh, I've thoroughly enjoyed as we draw the curtains on weekend 1 of this Toyota MILC presented by Sunoco. Boy, has it been enjoyable. And if this is what's to come for the remaining weekends in this tournament, boy, are we in for a treat. This is single to Dutta. Continues to fight on. Hasn't had any support though.
It's been a fabulous opening weekend, and big thank you to everyone that's tuned in across the country. It's been a great way to start off this sophomore season of minor league cricket, Nikhil. And as you said, the good news is 7 more weeks of this before we hit the finals.
7 sounds too short, Josh. Need to increase that. Need more cricket. Play it throughout the year. All year have the minor league.
As that one unable to be handled there by Karan Shandel, and nearly caught the batsman napping there.
We are seeing that bit of extra turn. Saw it from Vedant Jain. Now Zia Shahzad spinning one past the bat. Was out the crease as well. Didn't pick it up cleanly. Shandel rushing to hit the stumps. Got to collect it first. Then he practices the shot and got awareness. That slipped. Tried to tell him to run him out. Almost walked out of his crease, the youngster. Another wide signal.
Gonna need to re-bowl that one.
Well, they've tried to be aggressive. 12 extras, 12 wides in 60.
We'll see 10 different teams in action on this premium broadcast next weekend, Nikhil.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. Especially seeing some of the Eastern Conference, Atlantic Conference, I should say. Some of those teams getting exposure on turf surfaces as well. Very crucial that they get exposure on pitches.
Yeah, not something that's common on the East Coast at this stage.
Good to see work gone in, though, in terms of making that happen. Where are the surfaces that of turf on the Eastern Coast?
At this stage, nothing north of Morrisville at the moment. Morrisville and Broward County Stadium and Brian Piccolo Park in Florida. But obviously something that Major League Cricket, in combination with the local associations, are looking to make happen.
End of 12, 62 for 9.
My son is so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Deshpande, well, looking to make his way onto Dafa News. Did you have a read of Dafa News last night, Josh, before today's action?
I didn't get a chance,
Come
Nikhil.
on, Josh. You can't. Keep telling you, stay up to date.
Oh, the only way to do that is through our friends at Dafa News.
Of course, all the cricketing news, not only cricket though, global news. You guys from Australia, complacency, Josh. Have to read the news before you come to the minor league. They've just brushed the pad on the way through.
And of course, 7 games. There's a big swing there from Nikhil Dutta, and that one's going to sail over long on. He hasn't moved a muscle there. Nearly had a great catch there in the crowd, actually. They'll add 6 to the total.
Nikhil Dutta, he's single-handedly doing it, single-handedly fighting. Going to be very hard to get to that winning total, but consolation prize for the San Diego Surf Riders. Also trying to get them up to something respectable so you don't take a big hit in terms of the net run rate. It was in the slot and, well, just carrying through. Was that a swipe as well, Josh?
Slightly less of a swipe.
You just don't like strokes on the onside. I think they're skillful. To take a ball outside the line of off stump and hit it over cow corner, that deserves credit. I can't get it done. You're just too hard on Nikhil's, man. Honestly, you're too hard on us.
You're right, it's a Nikhil thing. So we see Dutta moving along to 37. As he goes again, and it'll be another one.
6 more for Nikhil Dutta. And boy, is he playing well here in this minor league. Almost took out ice cream in the process. Trust me, they'll need one after this hot day. I need one, Josh. Can you make that happen?
It's been very warm out here. Need to, of course, all this wouldn't be possible without our match officials who've been out in the sun though. Of course, our match officials have been out there powered by Sunoco this year, the match officials, and they've done an outstanding job this weekend here in LA in some trying conditions, Nikhil.
I don't know how they do it in that heat to then have to make those instant decisions under pressure. Of course, looking at that front foot no ball and so many other things, cognizant of the rules of the game, deserve immense credit. One of the most undervalued positions in the game. Wouldn't be possible without them. Another one clobbered down the ground, but he's going to opt to keep the strike. Nikhil Dutta probably smart in this case.
Yes, 1 ball left in the over. Sorry, two to come, Nikhil.
Been a long weekend, Josh. Been a long weekend. This one full again, and Nikhil Dutta, well, what an over this has been. 6-6 and another 6. 18 he's taken in the space of 3 deliveries. Could there be one more twist, Josh?
He's moved along to 49 now off just 32 deliveries. And you'd have to say that he's been a shining light for the San Diego Surf Riders. We'll have another look at this one here.
Well, it was easily back over the border's head, went a long way back in a similar region as the second one in the over. And Deshpande, the youngster, he's been taken to the cleaners, as they like to say. What much better dot delivery to end the over. 80 for 9.
As we have a look at the batting scorecard here. And not much support for Nikhil Dutta. He's been a shining light, 49 off just 33 deliveries. But the story of this card is in the wickets column. Ehsanadil's got 6 of them. And it's been an impressive bowling display.
Several good performances. You look at Karan Chandel, 70 at the top of the order in a crucial match-winning, could be a match-winning display. 110-run partnership with Junaid. And then obviously Ishan Adil, 6 for 26. Who are you giving the man of the match to, Josh?
I'm glad that it's not me that's had to make the decision. But I think it's very hard to go past the 6 from a bowler in a T20 game, Nikhil. Very impressive display of fast bowling.
Don't go too far after the conclusion of this game. We'll hear from that man. Getting it all in this premium broadcast. Another wide. The Grizzlies, well, that sun, I know it's not cold. Have to want to get out of it. They've had to work. They've been 9 wickets down for the last 3 overs. Srivastava playing very hard to get. The moment, another delivery spinning past the outside edge. Gets to them pretty quickly.
Zia Shazad in his final over. He's looking for his first.
Just prolonging pretty much is what's going to be a highly anticipated result at this stage. 1 wicket to get, still 100 runs needed. Another dot ball, so he's playing it out. Srivastava.
Of course, 81 for 9 here, the San Diego Surf Riders. And you'd have to think that these two have been the star. Shining lights on a grim day for them.
Yeah, it's just been a capitulation with the bat in hand. They did reasonably well with the ball. First and back in the last 2 overs, just conceding 12 runs. But with the bat in hand from the very first over, they went down 5 for 2 due to the brilliance of Ishan Adil. What goes over the top finally. Does he have a wicket? Zia Shazad.
And that'll be it.
He does. It's the first wicket. And looking to go over long off. It doesn't have the power. And there it is. A win by some 98 runs for the Golden State Grizzlies to pick up their 2nd and go top of this Western Conference on the Pacific Division. Another flighted delivery from Zia Shazad, just enticing him, teasing him. And Ishan Adil takes an easy catch to round out what's been a superb all-round performance. First with the bat in hand, then finishing things off with the ball. The Grizzlies go 2-0 in this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. And they'll feel very good about this performance. The captain, Sami Aslam, heard about him yesterday in terms of how hard they've worked in terms of preparation coming into this tournament. And this has been a performance that will really do well for the confidence of many in this tournament. But it's been a successful opening weekend here at Woodley Park. Don't forget, don't go anywhere, because in a couple moments' time, we're going to have the man of the match come in and have a chat about his performance. We're waiting to see the umpires make that decision. But Sami Aslam and his men can hold their heads high for the San Diego Surf. A lot of thinking, a lot of planning. Luckily for them, it's just the first game. Of course, they are without Marty Kane, who would be on international duty. But it's been a tough day at the office for them. 81 all out is a real capitulation. And there it is in terms of the batting. Only 1 score going past double digits. The only player in the entire lineup to go past double figures, and well, he had no help. When you look at 5 scores of 0, really struggled inside of 14 overs. The bowling, well, it was all about one man, Hard to put it past Ishan Adil. 6 wickets for him. 26 runs, 2 as well up top for Sher Khan in his 3 overs, and 1 apiece for Deshpande and Zia Shahzad taking the final 1. So it does mean that the Golden State Grizzlies pick up their 2nd win of this minor league competition and, of course, enhance their position as strong favorites to win it all, dismissing the Surf Riders after posting 106 competitive total on a tough surface, keeping them to 81, winning it by 98 runs. When we return, we'll have the highlights as well as a chat with the player of the match. Don't go anywhere.
My son is so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Well, back here at Woodley Park, it's been a superb performance from the Golden State Grizzlies, highlighted by one man, Ishan Adil, who took 6 wickets for them. And look at the highlights now of that 2nd innings. Ishan Adil over the wicket in the very first over, was able to take 2, getting the edge with that beautiful wrist position, strong wrist behind the ball, and then an inside edge. Saw him get his 2nd after a tough day at the office yesterday. Boy, did he come back well. Sher Khan, a rare boundary in his first over, but he in terms of wickets, picking up 2. One of the captain, Greg Hay. This one, though, was eating into the top order. Ishan Adil continued taking wickets. Nikhil Dutta had a couple of fortunate blows, a couple of edges here and there. Sher Khan again, that was his 2nd. But it was all about the seamers for the Golden State Grizzlies. Really clinical performance by them, as they put really the icing on the cake in this win. That was the wicket for Deshpande, his 1st. Ishan Adil, beautiful delivery, knocking back the off stump. The one that you'll remember for a long time. And the final wicket, Zia Shahzad taking it. And of course, that man who did it all today, Ishan Adil, taking the catch. And alongside me is the man himself, Ishan Adil. Ishan, you have just seen your fantastic display of bowling. 6 wickets for you. How do you feel about that performance?
I feel very happy. Also, thanks to my dear Allah, I am trying my best. That's why it's 6 wicket goal.
Tell me about sort of the planning coming into this tournament, Ishan. What are you looking to achieve in this minor league? How happy are you with, representing the Golden State Grizzlies?
Yeah, inshallah, this is my 2nd game, but I hopefully, inshallah, this is I'm top wicket taker. That's why I'm trying my best.
Well, Ishan Adil, a man that comes in as sort of a superstar, playing Test cricket at the highest level for Pakistan. We, in terms of all the viewers at home and the entire tournament, Ishan, can't wait to watch you bowl. Congrats again, and all the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you, man.
So there's Ishan Adil. What a day it's been here at Woodley Park. What a weekend it's been. The first of this 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco, where we've seen wins for the Silicon Valley Strikers and now the Golden State Grizzlies, both going 2-0. Winning this one by 98 runs, and truly in a fantastic manner. Pretty dominant, those 2 Pacific teams on the opening weekend of Minor League. It's been a treat, and we'll be back very soon from Action Houston, the next on the cards for this premium coverage. We wouldn't have done it without our sponsors. It's been a truly enjoyable day. We hope to see you again come Friday. See you then.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.